A Woman's Money Guide. Money Introduction. Why does anybody want to read a book about money, one of the most boring subjects on the planet? It's simple. It's called reality. If you ain't got money, you got nothing. You're going along cruising through life not too concerned about money because you're making a fairly good wage. What happens if you get fired, your company goes bankrupt, you get sick, get into an accident, your daughter needs to go to an expensive eating disorder clinic to save her life, or the world goes into an economic tailspin? How many mortgage or rent payments are you away from being on the street if you got cut off today? Why would any sane person invest their hard-earned money in the stock market or more complex ventures like stock options, REITs, or ADAs after seeing how the financial insiders on Wall Street were essentially conducting a loose conspiracy of ripping off honest Americans by constantly pushing them to buy stocks like I see every day on financial networks and on infomercials even when the market goes way down? The stock market is nowhere near as great as it's cracked up to be. All the investing media, stockbrokers, and investment companies hype it up because they have to, that's their business, to get suckers to get into the game, but overall, for most people, the gains aren't all that great and there is a risk of losing a lot of money. It's like the casino. A few flukes win a lot of money, a few knowledgeable people win at poker, but by and large, it's only the house that wins the big money all the time, like only the insiders of Wall Street. I think buying and managing rental income of good as opposed to slum-type real estate is a safe, solid investment, and I also feel that the truly wise, enlightened people figure out a way to earn money by doing something they like to do anyway, so they start up a small business venture and don't even waste energy and stress on the crapshoot of the stock market. We should go back to our roots and seriously rethink this matter of investing money in stocks rather than simply being sucked in by all the talking heads on money TV being bullish on the stock market regardless of what's really happening. Most people who get rich will do it through their own efforts by actually doing something useful. They won't do it through the speculation of the stock market, which is legal gambling. The other big lie of a capitalist world is that more stuff equals greater happiness. The truth is that beyond what you need, more equals a headache and a hassle in many cases. You don't need all that much to live well, plus you're a prime target for crime if you try to show off your conspicuous consumption of luxury goods you don't need. Nobody needs a 5,000 square foot house, especially if it's only a couple with no kids. I saw all these people with big houses feeling sorry for themselves because they took out big mortgages, then got stuck when prices fell. It's their own fault. They thought they were hot stuff living in the high-class part of town when they bought those big houses they didn't need, when they should have bought much smaller ones and they wouldn't have had that headache to deal with. The biggest rules of money are: 1. Everything you see on TV is hype. 2. What goes up must come down. 3. Money in the hand is worth more than money on paper. 4. Earning self-respect makes you happier than buying stuff you don't need. In the course of my research, I came across ideas and concepts that are alternative to the mainstream, some of which are illegal, especially some of the parts in the offshore tax havens section. There are probably a million stock and money advice websites out there and a few hundred money books at number 332 or HG 179 to about HG 5155 at the library. If you're really into money, I urge you to go to number 332 at the library and borrow a bunch of those stock advice books there. There are hundreds. It seems like they never end. Every year, some fresh new books come out about the stock market, even though there is no new, advanced way to buy stocks. It's the same old common sense info mixed in with the same old uncertainty of stock trading covered over with a good dose of hype. There is no sage that has divine knowledge over anyone else unless he or she has insider knowledge. You only get good by studying the stock market itself day after day. You can't really buy a guidebook because you learn it as you buy stocks and study the market. There are some investment books mixed in with the business books at around hashtag 658.15 or HG 4910 at the library. For an in-depth look at corporations, go to number 338 at the library. Consumer education books are at hashtag 640.7 or TX335 at the library. Home economics/thrift type living books are at hashtag 332.024 or TX326 at the library. Try number 368 or HG8061 for books about insurance. If you're looking for companies or organizations involved in all matters of money, go through online phone directories, particularly the toll-free ones which list the many 800 numbers out there, or refer to the hard copy ones which you can buy through your telephone company or look through at the library. The toll-free operator is at 800-555-1212. att.net/dir800, 800-555-1212. Inter800.com. CanadaTollFree.simpatico.ca, Canadian Toll-Free Directory. Get the free Consumer's Resource Handbook and the Publications Catalog from the Federal Government's Consumer Information Center, Pueblo, Colorado. 81009 publications.usa.gov, 202-208-7679, 888-8 Pueblo. It contains listings of consumer protection agencies, major corporations, trade organizations, plus the addresses of many state government agencies. If you're interested in how to build a house, even an alternative house, refer to my home book or go to hashtag 690-699 at the library. Chapter 1. Women and Money. The greatest lesson for all women. No matter what, do not to assume some man is gonna take care of you for life. Girls must be encouraged to go on, after college, to make a life plan. It has been shown that girls with this kind of commitment are less eager to rush into early marriage. Most of them marry, of course, but on a much more mature basis. Their marriages then are not an escape but a commitment shared by two people that become part of their commitment to themselves and society. Betty Friedan. A woman must have money and a room of her own. Virginia Woolf. I think the girl who is able to earn her own living and pay her way should be as happy as anybody on earth. Susan B. Anthony. In battle or business, whatever the game. In law or in love, it is ever the same. In the struggle for power, or the scramble for pelf. Let this be your motto. Rely on yourself. 4. Whether the prize be a ribbon or throne, the victor is he who can go it alone. John Godfrey Sachs, The Game of Life. Nobody owes you anything, nobody is responsible for your life but you. Nobody promised you a Cinderella life. Men are not super being Prince Charmings who exist to please their women. TV is currently flooded with reality dating/love shows with people looking for partners. As you watch them, it becomes evident that a lot of women have been brainwashed by the Cinderella Prince Charming syndrome, all thinking that there's some fantastic Superman, gentle prince out there who will worship them. I say divide the intensity by 3 and if you're lucky you will get a guy who gives you 1/3 the energy and love you expect your dream guy to give you. Men have enough problems worrying about themselves, and in most cases this either leads to mundane, loveless marriages or divorce. So one constant I found among many women from all socioeconomic classes is what I will call the dummy Cinderella complex, shacking up with some guy, getting all cozy, raising a few kids until he decides to leave you or maybe dies or the tax man cleans you out or he goes bankrupt or something else tragic happens leaving you cold and hopeless, maybe with a cripple. Maybe by yourself, maybe a single parent with a few mouths to feed without a clue as to how to proceed. Don't let yourself be caught out in the cold. If all the divorced women in the world could give you one piece of advice, they'd say live as though you alone are responsible for your life and no one else is paying the bills, even if you got some rich husband, because he could leave you in a snap and eat you up in divorce court, leaving you with almost nothing. It's happened thousands of times before. You're not that special that you're immune. So what if you get a house you can't afford? Nobody is divorce-proof or tragedy-proof, so you'd better do 2 things outside of the marriage to protect yourself in case something happens. Firstly, start a bank account for yourself by yourself and put some money away. You can either keep it a secret or tell your spouse, it doesn't really matter. Secondly, don't end up like countless women who sit at home and raise kids while the husband is out there and then decides to trade you in for a younger model and you have no marketable skill. Either work even if part-time, start a small business from home or go to school and get a marketable skill, something you can get a job with easily like nursing or one of the health-related professions. Don't get socially isolated at home raising kids then become agoraphobic, afraid of the public, when you have to get out there and do something. You can easily lose your confidence by gaining 30 pounds, getting older, which means looking older and being shut up at home in the suburbs away from the real world. I have seen enough divorced women in pathetic conditions to know that this is an epidemic and will often hit you out of the blue. Your husband may leave the house to you and your kids, but what good is it if you can't make the mortgage payments and get foreclosed on? If your husband owns a business, try to get some control in it, like do the books or something, and possibly get him to sign you on as a partner. Many men keep the business and shut the women out totally. You have the right to go out and explore life. Do things, take classes, educate yourself, get a job, etc. If the marriage is rocky, you should take steps for the time when you can anticipate a divorce. No man can stop you from living your life independent of him. If you're depressed or down in the dumps from either a dull marriage, a dull family life, or divorce, you have to shake yourself loose, set some goals, start with baby steps, then work on them diligently day by day. That's how you do it. If you're true to yourself, you will be a stronger person in 6 months. Just work at it every day. I saw one story about a recently divorced woman with a couple of kids who had to get a job out of desperation. She had no skills and failed about 23 times. The 24th guy gave her a job selling cars. Now 6 years later, she owns her own women-friendly car lot. The true definition of success, the real secret in life, is to do what you want to do. That's your final goal, not necessarily romance or a cozy life with some half-assed guy. Do your own thing to take care of yourself first. If the guy comes along, great, but don't let anybody interfere with you being in total control of taking care of your life. Many middle-aged women learn to take care of themselves and realize they may never find that one true great love, but it's fine with them. They accept reality. Take care of yourself first before you set off on some dream about some great mythical love affair, which usually doesn't happen in the real world. If material things are getting you down, get rid of most things. Live like a pauper, unfettered by anything except what's in your mind. Compromise is the true art of dealing with people. If you can bend with anybody, you have just solved your people problem. If hubby's got a bad habit and won't change, like watching sports on TV, you have to decide whether to stay or go, then act on it. A lot of women are brought up brainwashed thinking it's all about men, that their worth is defined by their relationship with a guy, that they should primp and pamper themselves to look attractive for the guys, but the real way isn't about that. It's about a girl who can be fun and romantic but can be serious and independent too. Nobody owes you anything, which is why you should strive to be as independent as any upstanding guy is trying to be, otherwise you won't be able to take care of yourself very well and won't score with a real good guy unless you're very pretty, but even then, he will see through you and probably get tired of the dependent flake bit. Find what you really like to do and figure out a way to earn your cash from it. Live for freedom and inspiration within yourself, then go around looking for a decent guy after that. Learn from everything you can, especially the down times when you're not feeling so strong. They should inspire you to get real and learn what makes you tick, what your natural intuitive standard is inside. Don't get down on yourself. There are some things you can't control and some things you can. Forget about the stuff beyond your control, but work your hardest on what you can control to better your life. Seek happiness within yourself, then you will find it and look happy enough such that you will attract worthy guys. No matter what your lot is in life, find happiness with it. Place no expectations on yourself. Just do the best you can with what you got. There will always be problems and challenges, and the learning will never end. You can't stop the hardships of life, but you can learn to flow with them and not take them too hard. The only way to really feel good about life is to keep challenging yourself so you get stronger and feel like you're mastering your life. Keep doing this so that when real adversity hits, you will be ready to handle it. Work on developing a strong mind, body, and soul by exercising these things through soulful pursuits, which are worthy activities you really like to do that inspire and challenge you all at the same time. Drop all your negative thoughts and your past. Focus only on today and your future. Fear mostly comes from ignorance. Overcome it by learning about the things you fear. Culture friends so you can help each other get through life feeling good about yourselves. Find somebody or something to love, even a pet if need be, because all work and no play makes Jill a dull girl, meaning you have to break out of your self-absorption rut and focus your energies on someone or something else every now and then, especially if you're a girl. You need to feel love and give it just like a guy does. For women's inspiration, try hashtag 305.4, hashtag 646.700 and HQ777 at the library. There are many biographies of powerful, independent women at hashtag 920-929 or CT120. Go to hashtag 332.0240 or HG179 at the library for books about women and money. For books about women investing money, try hashtag 332.6409 or HG4621. CGenuine.com is a website dedicated to women's inspiration. Housewives should have a part-time job or business. Everyone should always be prepared for things going wrong in their lives. The woman should have at least a part-time job in case the guy leaves or dies. Women and money. 1. Women constitute half the world's population, perform nearly 2/3 of its work hours, receive 1/10 of the world's income and own less than 1/100th of the world's property. United Nations Report on Women. From birth to age 18, a girl needs good parents. From 18 to 35, she needs good looks. From 35 to 55, she needs a good personality. From 55 on, she needs good cash. Sophie Tucker, 1884 to 1966. Most women will end up responsible for their own financial matters and probably be responsible for someone else like kids and/or parents, so the lesson is learn about money now. Women and money is the same as for men, that you should control your own finances and not depend on anyone to take care of your money situation, because the carpet may be pulled out from underneath you at any point in time for any number of calamities, and if you don't have the basic knowledge of money management, you're up the river without a paddle, as many a naive woman have been before you. Even if you're married and in a seemingly peachy cream love affair, you should take steps to provide for yourself by getting a marketable skill or starting a small business, learning about money and saving some on your own away from the family. Women are brainwashed into thinking a husband will take care of them, so they often don't bother much with the money situation until they either divorce the husband or, as they get older, outlive him, as most wives do. On top of that, women generally outlive men by 7 years on average, so chances are you will be a widow at some point in time. You should live as though you're single, learn about money, get a marketable skill even if you're married, work some manner of a job even if only part-time, or start a small part-time business so that you're in control of your own financial destiny no matter what. Some women don't have a husband who's really good at taking care of finances, but most have a father who will help you out when the going gets tough, but unless he's very wealthy with not too many kids, he will be gone someday. The money will run out, so prepare now for a financially independent future. Many divorced women are clued out because they thought it would go on forever and didn't ever think they would get divorced someday, which is actually quite common. Live like you're single, meaning to have your own job even if just part-time, save your own money, get an education such that you're qualified for a skilled profession and keep it current, buy a car, get it put in your own name, get the house in joint ownership with your husband. Chances are you will outlive your husband at the back end, so prepare for that eventuality by getting the house and car in joint ownership, so when he dies before you, ownership will automatically revert to you without any will or probate hassles. Consider life insurance on him to get some money upon his death. Check to see if his retirement pension plans pay money to the wife if the husband dies. You could consider an annuity, paying some money into this investment vehicle in order to receive a monthly payment for X number of years. Consider getting all accounts in joint ownership and even a reverse mortgage if you need cash money now in exchange for the buyer getting a certain percentage of equity in it upon its sale when you die. You have to educate yourself. I started from scratch and learned as I went along, switching from funds to stocks as I learned the system. Experience in the investment world is the greatest teacher. That's how I learned. If your husband and/or father take care of all money, either muscle in and take some control over family finances or start saving your own nest egg now and learning about money. Get a marketable skill, save your money, buy a house even if it's a cheap one in the low-class part of town and pay it off as quickly as you can. That's as simple and real as it gets. A problem many women have is that they're brainwashed by certain elements of the corporate culture, namely the beauty and fashion industries, that you're never beautiful, thin, or glamorous enough, so you have to spend all your money to try to be cool as defined by them, which is all a frivolous bunch of crap to me. Be healthy, be yourself, and don't waste too much money on clothes, makeup, frivolous magazines, etc. These corporate giants won't be there to help you when you get breast cancer or something like that. A lot of women are naive and gullible to the real world. Don't listen to ads promising get-rich schemes. Real wealth comes slowly over time. If you want to start a small business, pick one that's been tried and tested and proceed slowly. A lot of women either get into debt through credit card overuse, shopaholism, or simply borrowing money at high interest rates. Need less, buy less, use less, save more. Avoid credit as much as possible. Instead of that new trendy car you think you need to look cool, buy a smaller used one that still looks alright. If you wanna be really unique, buy a used truck or Jeep. Men always like girls who drive these things. Don't be a sucker for pushy salesmen when buying a house, car, etc. Don't waste money on frivolous things. We can help each other. Send me your tips for running a frugal household from a woman's point of view and I will put them in the next edition of this book. Be a bargain hunter. Studies on the effects of gender on shopping for things with no fixed price like cars, insurance, medical services, home repairs, car repairs, etc., and have consistently yielded results over the years that when salespeople see a woman coming, they generally see someone with the word gullible or sucker stamped on their forehead, and they almost always end up paying more than guys unless you're a savvy woman who goes into one of these purchases knowing what you should pay and speaking up when they try to overcharge you. There has also been a gender bias for same services rendered. For example, women have traditionally paid more for dry cleaning services, clothing alterations, and haircuts. Some establishments have been sued for charging unequal prices for the same service. Women, in general, are charged 30% for getting the same plain white shirt dry cleaned as a man. If you see a case of gender discrimination, speak up, demand the same price for everyone, or threaten to take the perpetrator to court. It's the same story in the workplace. Women are often paid less for doing the exact same job as men. This is illegal. If you see this happening to you or anywhere else, demand parity, otherwise seek remediation through your local government labor board. You can also file a civil suit to recover monies lost due to the illegal lower wage retroactive to when you started the job. The other major facet of women and shopping is that at least 75% of the consumer market is geared for women, all the food, clothing, furniture, home decor, makeup, etc. Advertisers and marketers know that it's you who make up most of the buying power, which is why most ads are directed at women and most products are packaged in such a way as to appeal to women. You can take this in either of two ways: that you're a sucker for having bought into the consumeristic society that tries to get you to equate spending with happiness or a thrill, or you can use this knowledge to empower yourself. Know that salespeople have to give you what you want, otherwise you won't give them your business, and let them know when they're not serving you the way they should. Put as much money as you can into tax-deferred plans, 401ks, IRAs, and Kias, and use every tax deduction and tax credit available for the rest. Some easy deductions are tuition fees for you or a dependent, child care expenses, employment expenses, medical expenses not covered by a company health plan, and charitable and political contributions. Teach your daughters about money starting at an early age, fathers and mothers alike. Tell them to learn enough math to be able to count money. A lot of women say they're too busy with work, raising kids, and doing housework to bother spending time learning about money and following the stock market, but when you get right down to it, money is always the bottom line. The more you learn, the more you will save and earn through investments. If you're not in control of your money, you don't have much control of your life at all, especially as you get older, because the chances of divorce and widowhood are very high for women as they age. Even if your husband is the earner and controller, you have to become part of it and learn for yourself in case the inevitable day happens when you're on your own or your comfort level is pulled out from underneath you. Ignorance is not bliss. Don't bury your head in the sand and think by not thinking about money, your money problems will go away. This is fanciful, delusional thinking a lot of people, especially women, live by, but it doesn't solve anything. Face your finances head on through education. Nobody promised you anything. You ain't dead yet. You could end up a bag lady if you don't watch it. It's happened many times before to seemingly nice middle and upper class women. Money will not magically appear as you get older. You have to make it happen through sound investments, and the big one, saving as much as you can while not wasting money on frivolous things to appease your feelings of emptiness on the inside. A lot of women feel intimidated about the subject and feel kind of stupid around people who know a little about it. If you need support, either take a local money course geared for women or find a local club of women who are into investing and saving money. See what they have at the local YWCA or other women's groups. There are many websites where you can learn on your own in a simple, stress-free way. A lot of women don't even know about employee benefits like contributing money to a 401k, IRA, or a KIA, which is a great way to save and keep money from the tax man. Social Security will not be enough. You have to save extra on your own. Accept financial responsibility as a natural part of your life. Educate yourself about money. Build a nest egg. Don't wait until you're feeling hopeless, out in the cold. Nobody's gonna do it for you. It's not rocket science, it's pretty basic. It's not that it's not feminine. It's that it's empowering and powerful to have control over your finances. You don't have to risk your money through shaky investments, just stick with the basics: government treasury bills, basic, solid stocks, and index mutual funds. Just go to the number 332 section of your library, where you will find a bunch of money books that will network you into other information. Nobody is a money genius or has a crystal ball. The topic of money is very basic. The greatest expert cannot outguess anyone with basic knowledge as to which way the stock market is going. Keep it basic. Don't get into debt, don't spend foolishly, save, and mix up your portfolio with no-risk government treasury bills and the most conservative investments for the long run: index mutual funds and big, solid blue-chip stocks, Walmart, Home Depot, Harley-Davidson, Coca-Cola. Maximize the use of retirement savings plans at work. Don't listen to sure-thing investment advice. Don't use financial advisors. Learn then buy stock either directly through the company, DRIPs, or from discount brokers. Buy mutual funds directly from the seller. Fidelity.com, 800-FIDELITY, 800-544-8888. Schwab.com, 800-526-8600. TiroPrice.com, 800-638-5660. Vanguard.com, 800-662-7447. Money won't fulfill you or make you happy. It's just a means to an end. If you're a shopaholic, analyze yourself to understand why. Don't believe that a guy will be your savior even if you meet a great guy. He can still die, lie, get in an accident, get sick, bored of you, cheat or leave. Do what you enjoy doing that helps people and the money will come, but more importantly your purpose in life and sense of self-fulfillment will come also. Women and money too. I longed to know if other women struggled as much with the meaning of money as I did. I wanted to know how they handled it, how they talked about it, and how they shared it with their families and communities. Seeking these answers, I began interviewing women from all walks of life, women with and without money. No more do I think of money as a worldly possession, but rather, as a synthesis of matter, spirit, and exchange. Adele Azar Roquoy, Money as Sacrament, Finding the Sacred in Money. You ain't nothing without financial independence. I know a young woman who killed herself because she got divorced. She didn't have a marketable skill, she lost custody of her kids, she couldn't afford an apartment, so she took her own life and nobody cared. It wasn't even on the news because it's so common, yet nobody talks about it. How close to financial independence are you versus being homeless without a roof over your head? There are homeless women on Skid Row too, not just homeless men. In today's world, it's not enough to get married and let your husband take care of everything. What if he dies or divorces you? Being a nice girl won't help you when you're down and out, because there is so much need in the world which never ends and only so much help. You're just another face lined up to get into the homeless shelter. You're not more special than anyone else on Skid Row. They're a cynical bunch. They eat the innocents alive. You had better protect yourself now by getting some kind of marketable skill like nursing assistant or something that's always in demand that you can do to make money. Learn about money by reading this book. Stop spending money on frivolous things like hair color, clothes you don't need, and silly magazines. Save all that you can, or better yet invest it in mutual funds and stocks. Live below your means. Know exactly what you're worth and how much you need to survive. Don't watch those silly entertainment tabloid TV shows which showcase the lifestyles of the rich and stupid pop culture people of excess. In case you haven't figured it out yet, these shows have a hidden agenda to make you feel inferior, such that you buy things in an effort to feel glamorous like all these phony people and all that phony hype about clothes, cars, and diamonds. It's all a capitalist conspiracy. Don't hang around with frivolous people who have more clothes than they'll ever need. It's a sin against life to live in excess while 20% of the world is starving. Read my activist book for more insights into excess and waste. Get real. Don't buy into that hype you see in frivolous magazines like Cosmopolitan and MS. Don't get into debt. Use credit cards only in case of emergency. Don't spend your disposable income. Save it. Take care of your health so you don't end up laying in bed, sick or hurt without a job. Don't tie emotional happiness with money. Use money to buy what you need. Don't use it to compensate for an empty soul. Don't pussyfoot with your job, career, or business. Be ambitious. Take upgrading courses to get a better position. Do good work to get promoted. Learn taxes to get the best deductions. Avoid shopping malls or recreational shopping in general. Minimize pop culture entertainment. Instead, focus on you as an inspired, original person. That should keep you busy for the rest of your life without having to waste money going to useless movies. Don't give money to charity unless you've got a good nest egg put away for yourself. Don't be a sucker for sales. You're still spending money and most of the stuff you buy is useless junk. Don't fall for the home decor, home improvement scam. This is another big brainwashing tool of the capitalist system. A guy like me sees all that Martha Stewart crap out there as useless junk, yet it's $1 billion company. This is what they brainwash lost soul women with. Go out and buy some useless piece of home decor junk and this is the definition of happiness, capitalist style. Don't mess around. Like I said, I knew a nice girl who killed herself because she was too nice for the world. She wasn't assertive enough. She always thought that life would take care of itself somehow, and when it didn't, she didn't fight. She just faded away until she ended it. Women and money 3. The common stereotype of the modern woman could be anything like fashion conscious, beauty conscious, weight conscious, smart, independent, maternal, friendly, nurturing, hardworking, practical, etc. But regardless of all these endearing terms, you don't really associate women with being knowledgeable about money. I too don't like the concept of money much. I think it's too boring and one-dimensional. I feel that life should be a more spiritual, sensual affair, but I have gone through the same crisis, or to put it in better terms, awakening, because it wasn't quite that dramatic when some unexpected things happened to me at about the age of 35 that rocked the charmed, naive life I was living, and I had to wake up to educate myself to the reality of life, part of which inspired me to write a book about money. For people who are now like I once was. Most women are naive about money because it's not as sexy and glamorous as soap operas and sitcoms. The facts that census takers have come to is that most women will get divorced, there will be more single parents as time goes on, and women will outlive men by at least 7 years, so that means chances are you will be responsible for taking care of yourself at some point in time. If you're smart, you will know that the past perception of the traditional life is gone, a man taking care of you for life. Even romance novels are doing away with this character, except in what they call historical romance. Today's female heroines are independent, earn their own money, and often have a kid or two in tow who they're raising by themselves. True power is not that pop culture cosmetics crap they brainwash you with about coloring your hair because you're worth it, trying to imitate the latest glammed up phonies. True power is controlling your own life, working a job, then doing wise things with the money, like saving it in intelligent investments. Go to any homeless shelter and you will see women who were just like you once, living with some man who they naively thought would take care of them for life, only to end up down and out when something like death, divorce, or addiction took it all away. Do you honestly think it can't happen to you? Chances are that you, like most women and men, live in a wishful thinking haze. You think that just because you will it will happen because you're special, or you think that things will work themselves out as they always do. But once you live in the real world long enough, like I have, you realize some people do get lucky and actually get to live a pretty charmed life all the way through, but most don't. The struggle for the almighty dollar, not to mention keeping your health, is a lifelong concern for most people. It never ends. Women and men too like to deny the realities of life and live in the fog of the soap opera haze. Read the books I did at #332.0240 at the library about women and money, and you will soon see the sob stories by all these women going along footloose and fancy free, thinking they had it made, until hubby decided to trade them in for a younger model, died in an accident, lost his job, then his pride or self-destruct through his addictions, leaving you know who holding the bag. Don't imitate your mother with her naive, traditional values. Set out on a course to take care of yourself. If a guy comes along who loves you, or at least say he does at the beginning of the torrid love affair, smile, tell him you love him, but keep your own job and your own bank account. Money's more important than being a fool for love just because you get a lonely feeling here and there. I saw a girl on TV, a so-called celebrity, 35 years old and way overweight by the current standards of what is considered beautiful, still living in a fantasy world that she was gonna marry some wonderful man and give her mother grandkids, as she said. It ain't gonna happen. Statistics bear it out, plus the fact that men like young, thin girls, so get real. And if you happen to get rich for one reason or another, don't flaunt it, because everybody hates an uppity rich bitch, and there are many cases of naive women living well above their means until they go bankrupt. Unless he's very rich and leaves you a lot of cash, daddy ain't gonna be around to take care of you forever. The golden rules are: don't live like your mother did with her traditional ways of letting the man take care of the money, but don't live according to today's image of the modern independent woman who earns her own money but then spends it all on useless things like cosmetics, clothing, and jewelry. Take control of your money situation. Get a marketable skill in the real world, not crafts or basket weaving. Save as much as you can. Eliminate debt. Control your use of credit cards. Don't let yourself get brainwashed by the pop culture world of frivolity and feel you must spend all your money in order to keep up with some illusory fashion statement that exists in your mind. Know the difference between a need and a want. When you shop, be smart about it. Look for the bargains. Break yourself from the brand name addiction. Go to thrift shops and garage sales. Dress the part when you go. Live a simpler lifestyle. Have a general idea of your budget in your head. Don't live in the fantasy of the big score like buying lottery tickets, thinking you will get on TV game show and clean up, become a pop star, write the great romance novel or meet a rich guy on the internet. Earn and save. Live within your means or below them. Why live in an expensive apartment when one in the cheaper part of town is just as good and saves you several $100 a month? Better still, save some money then buy a cheap house. Don't buy the glitziest newest car around. Buy a decent used one. Go easy with ownership of credit cards, much less using them. True entertainment, i.e. thrills in life, come from keeping yourself inspired and stimulated through your own efforts. It doesn't come from eating out at restaurants, going on expensive vacations, buying new clothes, watching TV, etc. Gandhi said, renounce and enjoy. Get rid of most of your stuff, simplify your life and enjoy it. Divorce is expensive for everyone involved. You will grow old. Your beauty will fade. You won't be able to attract men that can take care of you, and you will have to take care of your health whilst keeping a roof over your head. Chapter 2. A Love and Money Guide. Love and money 1. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Ecclesiastes 4:9. Nothing is as traumatic as it seems in the moment. Most people live above their means, in debt. Just live within your means. Don't buy everything right away after you get married. Don't get into a materialism mindset. Money is a source of ego and power for men and women alike, especially if they're both earning it. They may use it to compete against each other. They may become such workaholics that they can't enjoy their lives together. They may be preoccupied with acquiring material things in the keep us with the Joneses status trap to the detriment of enjoying their lives. Too much money causes problems just like too little money does, because you're often selling your time and enjoyment of life to get that money. Most couples don't talk about money before they get married. Most people never stop to think that their spouse could be marrying them for the money because either he's a good provider or she's got rich parents. They think it's for love, but they're often wrong. On the other hand, wealthy people are very suspicious of others because they think people are attracted to them for what they own, not for who they are. When you marry, you unite, so the quicker you unite financially and both know what's going on in the money department, the better off you'll be as a couple. The marriage business is part romance and part nuts and bolts. If you're infinitely wealthy, no need to worry about it, but most people aren't, so put money matters front and center in your life. Without getting all psycho-bamboozled out telling you to make up a corny budget and save your pennies, simply read this book together as a couple, then talk about basic finances like saving, investing, credit card use, romance, love, buying a house, and your general philosophical view of life and money. Are you more materialistic, spiritual, or sensual? The major financial issues couples face are: knowledge of what you make and what you spend, credit card debt versus do without or with a cheaper version, vehicles, buy new on payments or pay cash for cheap, used car, one car versus two, buying a house, having children, frivolous spending, her clothes, his sports gear and video games. Can this money be put to a better use? Career/job changes. Stay-at-home mom versus working mom. Saving for the future, emergencies, and retirement. How much insurance do we really need without being brainwashed by the system that we need it? The biggest mistake of young couples, women especially, is the wishful thinking fairy tale paradigm that somehow everything will fall into place without trying too hard. A lot of girls who come from relatively secure middle to upper class homes don't realize how tough the quest for money is to either pay rent or a mortgage on a house, make a car payment, pay all the utility bills, enjoy some disposable income and maybe bring a child or two into the equation, which is why, in today's world, at the very least, it's wise for young couples to learn about finances as a team before they marry, and the girl should get a skill and get a job, at least for a little while, before she decides to be a full-time mother, if ever. Too many people have the vision that love is starry-eyed, money is corny, so in order to keep the romantic haze in the relationship, they shouldn't talk about it. But this is wrong, because unless you're extremely rich, reality will hit you out of the blue one day. I've known couples, bringing in two incomes in the six figures, who had to declare bankruptcy because they overextended themselves. They bought too many things on credit without stopping to think about it. Couples should educate themselves about money together. People divorce each other and die, so if you live in a naive haze and don't understand money, what are you gonna do if your husband gets tired of you and takes off with his secretary? Get a clue, do some homework and get a basic grip on it. Job books are at number 331 at the library, money books are at number 332. Money won't buy love. Don't marry someone rich, because they will think they own you and do what they want anyway, often cheating on the side. Rich people are generally arrogant, especially if they're paying your bills. Watch it. Don't use money as a weapon. Beware that you don't make money a scapegoat for other real problems. In general, the spouses become intertwined financially. Although you're not responsible for your spouse's debts before the marriage, you may be responsible for debts attained during the marriage, especially if you signed for joint ownership on your property and bills. You can file joint income tax returns if you choose. Although credit reports will be viewed as a husband-wife thing by the credit reporting agencies, consider keeping your credit separate to keep things simple. Pension and retirement plans become property of the couple. Money is a big part of most relationships for either of two reasons: the man is obsessed with earning it, or the family is stuck in the perpetual money shortage of life. Many people, despite making a good wage, spend it all, and some are even in debt. I won't go into a deep-rooted discussion about money here, except to say that money, love of it or lack of it, destroys many relationships. If you're in debt, get out of it. Don't buy useless, frivolous things. Over 50% of couples in this country have no savings or have no future plans regarding money. Love and money too. Without money, you're screwed in life. If you lose your job, your house could get foreclosed on and you could be out on the street. You must educate yourself about money and start preparing now. You have to merge your financial lives at some level, even though you can keep individual bank accounts. Most people aren't rich. You could doom your relationship to money trouble and arguments if you both don't set a common ground for you as a couple. Discuss money. I have no qualms about hiding money from your spouse. Virtually everyone with money does it, but you have to contribute to the bills. Would you marry someone if you knew they had $20,000 in credit card debt? A spouse is legally responsible for the other person's debts. Creditors can sue you to collect your spouse's debts. Don't marry someone who is not like you money-wise. If you're not materialistic, don't marry a shopping addict. Building a budget is a way to set spending and saving goals. Who will do the paperwork to pay the bills, invest savings, and do the taxes? It could be one or both, just make sure you both agree to it. Make sure that savings accounts are held in both of your names so that you each have a credit rating. Put both names on the home and car to keep it equal in case of divorce. Keep existing credit card and loan accounts separate so you don't drag down your spouse's credit rating. Don't go in debt just for the wedding. Save money because there will be unexpected bills and emergencies. Most couples buy insurance, health, auto, renters, or homeowners insurance, and possibly life insurance. Get wills made up. The golden rule is to start saving now in either stocks, mutual funds, or anything else such that whatever you put away will compound many times over as the years roll on by. If you have money problems, take care of them before you go into the bedroom, because they will destroy sex. Find somebody who shares your view about money. A spender and a cheapskate won't get along. Many couples in two-income homes are in debt because they equate spending money with love either on each other or on the kids. This is obviously wrong. In my opinion, for practical reasons, money matters should be shared and possibly delegated. The wife might be able to do the books and taxes for the husband's job or business. You should make major decisions together. If both work, keep separate bank accounts as well as a joint one for house bills. Just about everybody hides some money from their spouse and it's perfectly fine to do it. You deserve a little private space away from your spouse, which is your little stash. A lot of housewives resent the breadwinner husband controlling the money. It's a two-way street. The husband doesn't want the wife spending his hard-earned money on frivolous things and the wife resents being controlled. There has to be some give and take on both sides. Love and money. 3. Money is the biggest thing couples fight about. Talk about how you plan to earn, spend, and save money. Regardless of income levels, a couple should foray a spending plan. Discuss a major purchase before you buy something worth over $500. For lower wage earners, the costs of childcare, income taxes, and work-related expenses may outweigh the income benefits of a second job. For high wage earners, the additional salary can be a tax liability. In the spirit of the law, each spouse is obligated to support each other both financially and legally regardless of how much money each brings into the marriage. Everything you own before the marriage is considered as separate property but specifically stated in a prenuptial agreement to keep it that way. If you own a business before the marriage and keep your spouse separate from it during the marriage, you might be able to keep some of it separate but your spouse is still entitled to your earnings. If you bring your spouse in to help you, he or she could claim partial ownership of the business. You're not responsible for your spouse's debts before you were married. You could be responsible for your spouse's debts accrued during the marriage. You could be responsible for a spouse's bankruptcy even after divorce, so protect yourself with a prenuptial agreement saying you won't be held responsible for your spouse's debts or bankruptcy. If you put anything in joint accounts, your spouse can plunder them at any time and creditors can plunder them based on your spouse's debts. The general formula for shared contributions is to each contribute the same proportion of your take-home pay. If the wife takes home $1,000 a month, the husband $10,000 and they agree to put 30% into a joint account for bills, the wife should give $300, the husband $3,000 in order to give equal proportions of their pay. If the wife is a stay-at-home mom and brings in nothing per month, then her contribution should be 30% of nothing, which is zero. Remember, it's not about money. It's supposed to be about love. I believe that the wife who stays home and raises kids should either work part-time or get some kind of skill because you never know when there will be a death or a divorce. If you're single and live together, make up agreements and write them out on paper. Divorce always results in a lower standard of living for all unless you're filthy rich. You should discuss your debts before marriage. Creditors can go after jointly owned assets, so if your wife owes money on her car and you get a bank account together, they can get at it. Keep debts separate if possible. Each should have your own credit cards that you pay off unless you're rich and supporting her. If you have joint accounts and joint credit cards and separate, cancel them immediately. If you're a woman, you should go into marriage with the expectation of the probability of divorce, which means you should have some kind of skill or job and your own savings in a separate account. You should learn about money on your own, buy your own insurance, investment instruments, do your own taxes, etc. When women get an inheritance, that's separate property. You have no obligation to share it with your spouse. Wives often give some of it to the husband, but you should keep most of it for yourself in a separate account and not even tell him about it. If you get divorced and remarried and have a house, get it excluded from marriage assets as part of a prenuptial agreement or the marriage contract such that the new husband has no rights to it under equalization laws in case of divorce. A domestic contract is a watered-down version of a prenuptial agreement where both agree to terms of financial ownership, financial contributions, cohabitation agreement, separation agreement, and personal obligations to each other. If you want to be obligated to support each other financially, put it in so everything is crystal clear. Put in a note about responsibilities for health care. Get a living will/power of attorney or a note in your domestic contract giving your partner the right to take over your business affairs and personal matters in case you get seriously injured or very sick. Right after the marriage, you should each make up a will, number 346 at the library. You can do this on your own and get it notarized by a notary public. Learn all tax breaks, especially the ones involving kids. If you ever divorce, try to settle it together amicably rather than going through all the hassles and expenses of dragging it through the court system. The general division of property in case of divorce is that everything acquired during the marriage is split 50-50, including a business, with each keeping what they brought in regardless of whose name it's in. Put your agreement into your domestic contract. If you remarry, it's generally a tough situation financially, especially with stepchildren. You will want to know what your obligations are, so you should both sit down and write up a domestic agreement. You asked for the marriage. Be ready for your spouse to dedicate some money and time to his or her previous family. Alimony payments are generally tax deductible. Child support payments are generally tax-free, not tax-deductible. If one spouse doesn't pay child support, he or she is still legally entitled to visitation rights. Keep all your financial paperwork in one spot. Go over it together periodically. Jointly decide if the paychecks will be combined into one checking account, or maintained in separate individual checking accounts. Each can contribute to the household account. Decide who will pay the bills and manage the account. Talk about a savings and investment plan. If you file income taxes jointly, you are each responsible for any inaccuracies or errors on your returns. If you jointly hold a credit card account, you are both responsible for any debts incurred on the account. Always be aware of what you earn as a couple and what you spend as a family. Work on your money situation together. Know your net worth and what you pay out in bills monthly. Keep it simple. Manage debt. Live within your means. If you can't afford it, do without or buy a cheaper version, as with a car. If you talk about money, chances are you won't fight about it. Keep a joint account. Talk about money and spending habits. Buy a house before you have a kid. Try hashtag 332.020-24 or HG179 at the library. Don't have kids you can't afford. There are tons of stupid people around who either get pregnant accidentally or who don't understand that raising a child is expensive while they're earning minimum wage. If you have kids you can't afford, you'll resent them for costing so much and they'll hate you for living in poverty, not like the families on TV live with comfortable lives. Poor kids are often teased and bullied in school. A lot of brainwashed people have kids because the system says it will make you happy. This is a lie for a lot of people. A lot of men don't want to raise kids. Some people are narcissists or into themselves. There is nothing wrong with choosing not to have kids. Stay home or work. Unless you're rich, I say both spouses should work. Get daycare somewhere or get your parents to babysit. Get My Jobs, Business, and Making Money books or go to number 331, number 332 and hashtag 650-hashtag 659 at the library. Cost of raising a child. Bankrate.com/calculators/raise-child-calculator.aspx. How much will it cost to raise a child? Financial infidelity info. Is it cheating if you lie about where the money went? Financial infidelity comes in a variety of shapes and sizes, ranging from lying about how much something cost, hiding stuff, to keeping a secret credit card or bank account. dating.lovetoknow.com/financial_infidelity. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/financial_infidelity. wife.org/financial-infidelity.htm. Love and money one-liners. Happy families are knowledgeable and in control of their money situation as a team. They discuss money together. Make up some kind of budget. Keep financial papers organized. Get a prenup or postnup agreement if applicable, if one has a lot of assets. Write checks together. Manage or avoid debt, except for a mortgage. Analyze the costs of children before having them. Know about insurance matters. Get some health insurance. Save for the future. Learn about investing money. Learn about income tax. Make up wills. Buy a house. Continue to talk about money as they age. Have some money saved up in case of a divorce. You both own the same things. What's yours is his and vice versa. Be a team about it. Be honest to each other about money. Don't waste money needlessly. Before you buy something, remember, you're spending your spouse's and children's money. Don't blame your spouse for money problems. Look at yourself. Try to work it out together as a team. Try not to fight. Simply accept the problem and try to fix it together. Money is one thing, love is another. Try not to confuse money with love. Stay loving to each other. Don't live beyond your means. If both live together but aren't married, either marry or make up a financial agreement regarding your assets together. If both work, get 3 checking accounts, 2 single and 1 joint where you each contribute to pay the bills. If only one works, let the other in on the single checking account so she knows what's going on and can withdraw money in reason. Make a rough budget of what you spend on bills every month. Don't be too anal about it. Just make sure you earn enough money to cover your bills. Save some money, either for kids when you have them or for future security. Instead of spending what's left of your paycheck on useless things, save it for a day when you need it because everybody has tragedies at some point in time. Do some retirement/estate planning and make up wills now, number 346 at the library. Joint ownership of anything has the advantage that if one dies, the other takes it over, but if each of you owned things individually, if a lawsuit was filed against one of you, they could just get what that person owns. If it's in joint ownership, they can plunder all of it. If you can't afford it, don't buy it on credit except for a house and a car. Your best deal on a car is to find a used one for sale by a private owner in the local buy and sell newspaper. Save enough money to pay cash for it. To me, insurance is just a commodity some clever businessmen thought up to exploit your insecurities. I live on very little insurance. Start some form of retirement account like an IRA, KIA, or 401k. Don't hire a financial advisor. Learn about stocks, bonds, and mutual funds on your own and pick them yourself. Learn to live without needing many material things. Don't buy everything you want just because you want it. Show some control and more love for things that inspire you rather than dead junk from the store. Keep all your paperwork together, organized and secure in a metal box or safe. Think hard whether you can afford any new kids you want. Money and investment books are at the number 332 section of your library. Books about love and money are at hashtag 332.024 or HG179 and hashtag 306.872 or HQ536 at the library. It just takes a bit of knowledge. Sit down with your wife. Learn about money and do your books together. Get all your records together, make copies and give her a set just in case something happens. law.cornell.edu/topics/marriage.html. The Love Money Couples Test. Ask each other these questions and discuss them. What is your philosophy on consumerism, trying to achieve happiness through buying material things you don't really need? How do you feel about status goods? Are you just as happy wearing generic clothes as the designer fashions? Would you feel more special in a BMW than in an ordinary Lexus? Does the word frugal make you feel cheap, or do you believe in basic, self-sufficient waste not, want not values? What about not being a consumer to help save the environment? Do you know what an IPO is? Should we study the stock market and get into it? Do we want a house or an apartment? Rent or own, Should we save about $30,000 for a down payment on a house while living frugally? Is our credit rating good enough for a mortgage loan? When we get a mortgage, should we get a clause allowing us to pay as quickly as possible, then dedicate all our efforts to paying it off in under 10 years? What about self-building? We can buy a piece of land in the country and build our own house. Should we look for ideas to alternative house building in books about the subject? Loompanics.com. Will we have separate or joint bank accounts? Will we need life insurance? If so, how much? Is there a prenuptial agreement? How do you feel about such agreements? Should we save as much of our income as we can or live well now? If we decide to save, what do we hope to do with the money? What do you think about borrowing money? Credit cards? Are you a bargain basement shopper or do you want top-of-the-line quality? Does price equal quality? Are you frivolous? Why? Marriage contract, prenuptial and postnuptial agreement. Marriage contracts could be a little bit different from prenuptial agreements because both sides will participate in putting it together, and it usually involves a personal way life is lived day by day, not necessarily the hardcore legal aspects. In Canada, a prenup is called a marriage contract. With a prenup, often one will draft one up and ask the other to sign, or each will make up their own. Beware of coercion in signing the prenup. If the guy making up a prenup makes it too unfair, the judge will reject it during divorce proceedings and give the other person a better share. The prenup is geared to stop the gold digger short. The longer the couple are married and the more children they have together, the more void the agreement is. One lawyer said not one of her clients who refused to sign was rejected by her suitor. They all got married. If you plan to have a prenup, don't wait until the wedding day. Give it to your bride at least a month before so she can look it over. Marriage contracts are often a trivial way to try to legislate a good marriage. Some marriage contracts call for 4 hugs a day, 1 hot-cooked meal a night, 2 babies in 4 years, etc., while a prenuptial agreement is different, based almost exclusively on 2 things. What assets do I own that I want exempt from sharing in the event of a divorce, usually home, business, stocks, pension, etc. What is it about the state/province's laws about distribution that I don't like, such that I will create my own plan now, get it in writing and signed in a legally binding contract? Other less urgent items in a prenuptial agreement are terms of support, based on length of the marriage, and child support. Child custody can't be decided in advance. Circumstances change, especially with the attitone of kids, which is why prenuptial agreements are tentative at best. About 5% of first marriages and 20% of second marriages have the prenuptial agreement, also known as an antenuptial agreement. The prenuptial agreement is basically a contract made between the man and women before the marriage ceremony, usually about who owns what and the disbursement of assets in the event of breakup, that each agree to and sign in the presence of witnesses to make it legally binding. If one or both people own a large number of assets, such as with second marriages, a prenuptial agreement might be a good idea to avoid possible hassles later on. Prenuptial agreements take the spice out of romance, but they're necessary if one has significant assets and the other doesn't. If both have almost nothing but your personal property, don't waste your time. If each has acquired a home, car, some savings, etc., it might be worthwhile just to say that each will take away what you brought in and split the rest should you split up. The legal and financial obligations between spouses, regardless of gender, are obligations of mutual respect, fidelity, and support, meaning you have to help each other financially, and this is the way the law looks at spousal support in the divorce regardless of gender, which is why you sometimes see wives paying their husbands alimony. But beyond this, the only way to limit it if you're rich is to get an airtight proper prenuptial agreement that's been scrutinized on both sides by separate lawyers. PA are covered by the Federal Uniform Prenuptial Agreement Act/UPAA. State laws may differ slightly, but they're all based on the UPAA. The purpose of a PA is to bypass state laws regarding the disbursement of assets in case of a divorce, so use it that way and make it foolproof legally by following all the rules. In order to make the PA as valid as possible, have each side get their own lawyer to check it out, then both sign. If you don't do this, if there ever comes a day when the PA should be enforced, the judge can render it null, because if your wife didn't have a lawyer at the time of signing, the judge can easily think she's just an ordinary not-so-business-savvy girl who signed what her future husband wanted her to sign out of sheer naivete or coercion, him threatening not to go through with the marriage unless she signed. Full disclosure of all assets and liabilities is a must in order for the PA to be valid. The PA must be entered into freely without coercion, and the terms must be fair. In other words, the one with the money must make a fair offer to the spouse for her time to be fair as the wife, serving her husband in some way, even if it's as frivolous as being his escort for social functions. PA can easily be thrown out of court if they're not fair or agreed upon freely, so make sure each side has their own lawyer and be fair in the terms of a settlement should you two break up. Make it in ample time before the wedding, like at least 6 months, because the closer to the wedding it's signed, the more it will seem like coercion. Things that PA can't cover are child custody, illegal acts, sexual obligations, conditions to leave the spouse destitute or a ward of the state. Some tricky points that a PA could alleviate is a clause stating that when you die, your children inherit everything, not your spouse, as the law states in many states, that the spouse is automatically entitled to a portion of your estate regardless of what the will says. Anything you own before the marriage, specify this and the fact that it's yours exclusively by calling it separate property. The other sticky point is the spouse's responsibility for the partner's debts. Credit card companies and other loan agencies often put in fine print that the spouse is responsible for the person's debt should they be unable to pay, so put into the PA that you will not be legally responsible for your spouse's individual debts or a bankruptcy should he ever file for one. If you want to change the PA after marriage, follow the same procedure and have each side agree to it with their own lawyers. This is called a postnuptial agreement. If you move from one state to another, check with your lawyer to see if you should draft up a new PA. In essence, a good PA now that will cost anywhere from a few $100s to a few thousand could save you a lot of money down the road in the event of a divorce. Generally, older established people, business owners, couples who each want it, couples where the wife will give up her career to stay home, unlikely couples like the old man and the young woman, whirlwind romances, couples where one has cheated before should all consider prenuptial agreements. Virtually all prenuptial agreements will cause some resentment in the one with the least amount of assets because she feels it's a violation of the implicit trust the new husband should have in his future wife. But I say, if you're worth something, screw the romance, save your ass, get that PA signed, or better still, don't get married, just live together. After it's signed, be aware of any hidden anger the one without the money has towards you for making her sign. If it gets too bad, either leave or tear up the agreement to show her you really love her. Better still, just tear up a photocopy of the agreement and keep the real one in case you ever need it. If she's really angry for making you sign, maybe she's not worth it in the first place. Even if you don't have a PA, you should do the steps behind them as a matter of course, like get what you both bring into the relationship on paper. Make a joint financial plan for the immediate future. Decide what each would leave with in the event of a divorce. Make up a will. Put a provision in that releases you from the burden of caring for the other in case of serious illness or accident, including nursing home bills, which would then put the responsibility on the state government. The bottom line is to try to make a fair deal which both sides are comfortable with. Write out how you would handle real estate, furniture, insurance beneficiary, debts, promises, credit cards, cars, financial aid to parents and children, religious practices, the assets each person brings into the marriage, the assets acquired during the marriage, dramatic increases in one person's wages during the marriage, compensation for the wife for becoming a housewife, sacrificing her career, retirement savings plans, health and dental insurance, bad credit and debts before marriage, would you help her pay it off? Would you help your spouse with child support from other marriages? In case of divorce, how much support will be paid, for how long, and how will property be allocated? Distribution of both personal and business assets. Inheritance information. Insurance information. Personal property. Business property. Spousal support, alimony. Provisions for future alimony and child support. Adoption of children. Agreements as to duties in the marriage. Dispute resolution in the event of divorce. Virtually anything the couple agrees to. Prenuptial agreements generally keep things simple in the event of a divorce later on, that's their big advantage, but if the marriage lasts 5 or more years, you should get updated prenuptial agreements to keep them current, because a judge might not honor a prenuptial agreement more than 5 years old, since the dynamics have probably changed, like there are probably children in the equation now and different salaries. Prenuptial agreements are not romantic, but they do the job to protect your assets in this era of high divorce rates and save the hassle of a messy divorce later on. The best, simplest formula is each keep what they brought in and split what was acquired during the marriage 50-50. If you own a business, definitely get a prenuptial agreement to protect it in case the marriage fails. If a wife helps a guy through college while she works, you should get a prenuptial agreement getting some kind of protection that he will pay you back one way or another. You can put anything you want in a prenuptial agreement. What conditions will change the agreement? Length of time married. Addition of each new child. Tax, estate, or marital law changes. You can either write up a simple agreement yourself, get a prenuptial kit, nalo.com, get a marriage lawyer or a paralegal to draft one up for you. You can amend or nullify the PA anytime both of you want to. Prenuptial agreements can be contested, and generally, the longer the couple are married, the weaker the agreement. Prenuptial agreements are sometimes overturned, especially if there are children involved. The marriage lasts more than 5 years. Things changed dramatically during the marriage, like the husband started making a lot more money, and simply if the wife takes it to court and asks for more money than the ex-husband would like to give her. Wealthy women are now getting prenuptial agreements to protect their assets. If you intend to get a prenuptial agreement, the more formal it is, the more authentic it will seem to the court considering it at a later time, so either get a lawyer to do it or type up the agreement and get it signed by witnesses who are all corroborated by a notary public. If each side gets a lawyer and they both hammer it out, it will be a lot more authentic than if the husband pulls out an agreement with his lawyer and wants the wife to sign without her own lawyer checking it out. Prenuptial agreements are successfully contested when the conditions change after marriage. For example, if you get married with a prenuptial agreement and you're worth $100,000, but 10 years later when you divorce, you're worth $2 million, the court will tend to think that the assets gained during the marriage should be dispersed equitably. Many prenuptial agreements are not 100% upheld in court. The judge takes all factors into consideration when making his decisions. Some people use a sunset clause in their prenuptial agreement, which renders it null and void in the event of some condition like the birth of a son or after 5 years of marriage or something like that. Prenuptial agreements may give off the impression that they kill romance, but they are necessary in a community property state when one spouse is quite wealthy and the other not so. Before you sign the prenuptial agreement, have each party take an inventory of their assets and liabilities and include it with the agreement. Familiarize yourself with your particular state laws regarding divorce. Think twice before you put anything into joint ownership like the house. Update your wills frequently. Consolidate or coordinate medical insurance and change beneficiaries in your insurance policies. If you were married before, make up a will or a trust to leave some money to children from the earlier marriage in case something happens. Without this agreement, you're giving state law and ultimately a judge the power to determine the allocation of your assets in the event of divorce, so if you have lots of money, consider getting it done. There are now such things as postnuptial agreements done in community property states where one party, usually the husband, makes a lot of money during the marriage and makes up a contract that he wants his wife to sign like a prenuptial agreement after marriage. There's no romance there, but some people, especially those who have gone through a divorce, are doing this. In the final analysis, Don't get too nitpicky in a prenuptial agreement, otherwise you might alienate your spouse. Do it in plenty of time before the wedding date to give it time to wear off. Taxes after marriage. In general, filing a joint income tax return both federally and for state taxes offers more tax advantages than filing separately, except in cases where one spouse is getting a return and the other owes money. In this case, the IRS might put a lien on the refund in order to collect the delinquent debt. When you file joint income taxes, you create a family partnership in the business legal sense. Some tax benefits are: deductions for raising children. Partition business income between you and your spouse, thus paying less tax. Get spouse and dependents privileges on Social Security, unemployment, pension, veteran, disability, and welfare benefits. To receive death benefits from your spouse's plans in the following sectors: Social Security, unemployment, pension, veteran, disability, and welfare benefits. Create a marital life estate trust. If you owe money for alimony or child support due to a previous marriage, some states allow for the person owed the money to subpoena the joint tax returns in order to get an adjustment if the new spouse is wealthy, even though the new spouse has no responsibility for his new spouse's obligations from a previous marriage. If you owe child support or alimony, some states allow tax refund checks, even joint ones, to be confiscated and given up for the support. Books about taxes are at hashtag 336.2-9, 343.73, 347.303 and hashtag 352.44 at the library, HJ 2361 of the Library of Congress System and the Government Documents section. Internal Revenue Service. 1111 Constitution Avenue, NW, Washington, D.C. 20224. 202-566-5000. 800 Tax Form. 800-829-1040. 800-424-1040. 877-777-4778. 888-2 Pay tax by credit card. 800-777-4778, Problem Hotline. 800-829-4059, Hearing Impaired. 800-428-4732, Hearing Impaired. irs.gov. irs.ustrees.gov. irs.gov/forms_pubs/pubs.html. Fax, 703-487-4160. Simply call the IRS at 800 Tax Form and ask for either a complete business tax kit or individual pamphlets. Free tax education programs are conducted at various libraries and college campuses throughout the country. If you need a copy of an old tax return, the IRS will sell it you for $15. IRS free publications. 800-829-3676. irs.gov. First get the 2 books, number 17. Your Federal Income Tax, 330 pages, and number 910. Guide to Free Tax Services to get a complete list of publications and teletax number codes. 2 incomes versus 1 income. Time is money. Which is worth more when raising a family? This short article is based on a documentary piece I saw on TV that analyzed a particular 2-income couple and came to the conclusion that the wife with her low-income job and the expenses that went with it, clothes for work, gas in vehicle, food for lunch, etc., plus the higher tax category they were in as a couple, as well as the costs of daycare and the stress of it all, did not justify the value that this job gave to that family. Plus there is the intangible element that the less free time you have now because of work makes you an inefficient shopper and all-around worker around the house, so you hire people to do the things you should do yourself, like mow the lawn, clean the carpets, etc. You buy fast food on the run instead of cooking it at home, you go to the dry cleaners instead of washing your own clothes, you try to buy your kids off for the time you can't spend with them because of work. The added stress and sacrifice of time with your kids may not be worth it. The wife didn't care what this analysis said about her job barely helping them get ahead after all the expenses were factored in. There was an intangible factor to it, a kind of spiritual social factor where her job made her feel good about her life. She said she wanted to work because it gave her a sense of her own identity and gave her some money to buy the things she liked like makeup for work. She was a retail cashier, clothes, etc. In the old days, 2 incomes were better than 1, there was no doubt about that, but these days, it's not so clear. My only point in this article is to point out that the added expenses of a second job, the costs of daycare, the higher taxes because of the higher joint family income and the stress of it all could be counterproductive to your quality of life. Analyze your family's situation. Consider a part-time job or a home-based business if a practical analysis of 2 full-time jobs yields mixed results as to how good it is for the family. Unless you can get a reasonably high-paying job as a second income, do an analysis on yourself to see if the low-paying second income is really worth it. You might be better off quitting, getting a part-time job somewhere or starting a home business where you can work from home, take income tax deductions on a home office and some car expenses, and it could take off to supersede the main breadwinner's income. You never know. It has happened before. Get my money-making ideas and business books. There might be a book on the subject at hashtag 332.024 at the library. Chapter 3. Wedding and Money. Save money on the wedding. Go to the library, get some books in the hashtag 395.2 section and read them. Books on etiquette at number 395 have chapters on marriage in them. Some bride magazines have ideas, but they're really mostly about ads. Weddings are so much for status. People want to present to all their invited guests that they're doing fine even if the wedding is driving them into debt. There are no easy answers except for the one I suggested earlier: go to some vacation spot for a holiday, invite both sets of parents, siblings, and maybe a few friends, and that's it. Do it, save the money and move on. Try not to fall into the trap of spending money just to impress people with how elaborate the wedding is. The love you have for each other has absolutely nothing to do with the wedding. It's just a ceremony created by society. It should be irrelevant except for a mild show to the world that you're getting hitched. Never pay for anything up front. Pay in installments as the service or product is rendered. Beware of all professional services when planning your wedding. Many of these people will try to rip you off subtly because they think you're in a romantic haze. Be specific, assertive, and read the fine print. Pay attention to cancellation policies. Try to use services that friends recommend. And comparison shop for honeymoon packages. I saw a documentary with several couples discussing their upcoming marriage. The guys were cringing at all the money it was costing and suggested ways to cut them, but the girls said they were tacky and didn't want to compromise the image of the perfect wedding they've been brainwashed to want by the wedding industry since they were about 3 years old. Rent or buy your wedding gown off the rack or a used one. Many stores rent wedding dresses. Look in the telephone book under weddings and flowers for discount, wholesale, and mail order products. Use fake flowers. One guy used a styrofoam cake all except for the top, which was real, then they wheeled it in the back where the caterer cut up pieces of sheet cake. One guy went out and solicited businesses to give him a discount or a freebie if they could advertise at the wedding, like put up a big poster ad or have the business printed on the placemats, etc. He got free catering, the free cake, free limousine service, etc. Buy blank wedding invitations. Make photocopies, even color ones, and fill them in. There are low-cost alternatives to expensive engraving. You can do the same for the menu. Simply print them out on your color printer. Find someone in the local newspaper who's getting married a few days before you. Buy their flowers from them. Have the reception in the afternoon. Everything's cheaper then, the people will clear out faster. Consider a buffet or a dessert buffet instead of a sit-down meal. For the floral display, you can rent live plants from nurseries or buy inexpensive ones from supermarkets, nurseries, and farmer markets. Instead of hiring a photographer, Give several friends disposable cameras to take pictures during the wedding. Get a friend to DJ and bring your CD collection for music. Funeral homes rent out their limousines much cheaper than limousine companies for weddings. Don't use a florist who charges an extra consultation fee for decorating the church and reception hall. If you don't want a church wedding, you can get a judge, justice of the peace, governor, mayor, or a ship's captain to marry you almost anywhere, even in your home. Look in the phone book. Have a garden wedding. I include a list of all major gardens in the United States later. It's the cheapest and most romantic way to do it for the cost. Do your bridesmaids a favor by picking dresses they can use for other things. Use your imagination to decorate the reception. One guy simply used evergreen trees, white lights, and candles. Instead of paying a caterer, make your own food buffet style, refrigerate it overnight and have a friend or two skip the wedding to set it up. Have a picnic reception. Serve your own booze. Buy it from a wholesaler. Serve non-alcoholic beverages. Instead of the limousine, use a friend's car. Go easy on the flowers. Use ribbons or your own garden flowers. Photographers can be expensive. Hire a pro only for the essential shots and have friends do the others. Or get a friend with a good camera to take all your pictures. If you're really pressed, leave out business and invite only friends and relatives. Have your out-of-town guests stay with friends and relatives instead of at hotels. Assign a friend to host each guest and help them out. Have friends play music at the wedding. Ask friends to entertain with the music. Use boxes of homemade cookies as gifts or have custom t-shirts printed up with your wedding announcement on them. Have friends run the bar. For booze, use punch and beer by the keg. Have an outdoor reception but take heed of weather. Spray in advance for insects, install lighting for nighttime and rent a canopy tent if need be. Rent a Johnny-on-the-spot toilet. Have the reception early in the day to avoid a full-blown dinner/booze reception. Just have a garden party-like reception. Instead of a hotel ballroom, hold your reception in a church or community hall or outside or at a home. Those big canopy tents could cost a lot to rent. Wedding and money websites. A-budget-wedding.com. Associatedcontent.com, catering your own wedding to save money. Bankrate.com/boss/news/special/20060512a1.asp, weddings on a budget. Beingfrugal.net. Blissful-weddings.com/finding-frugal-wedding-gowns. Budget-bride.com, 800-478-9382. cbn.com/family/marriage/cheap-ways_davis.aspx, cheap ways to have a great reception. chrisandluke.com, couple who paid for wedding with advertising. discountweddingguide.com. discoverteenergy.com. do-it-yourself-weddings.com. ehow.com, how to save money on a wedding. easyarticles.com, 6 tips to save money on wedding photos. favorideas.com/learn-about/bridal-beauty. 50flowers.com, wholesale flowers. Financial plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/od/planning for lifestage/a/savvyandwedding.htm. fieryhourweddingplanner.com. foreverwed1.com/article/money. frugalbride.com, Canada's Frugal Bride online magazine. frugalbrides.com. frugalfavors.com. frugalfun.com/weddings.html. frugal-living.chikha.com/blog/frugal-wedding. frugalwedding.com. frugalweddingplanning.com. independent.co.uk/money/invest-save-how-to-save-money-on-your-wedding-4455337.html. InsideZekretstoventurecapital.com. lovetripper.com/weddings. mahalo.com/how_to_save_money_on_a_wedding. miserlymoms.com/frugalweddings.htm. modernbride.com. myweddingblog.com. pioneerthinking.com/hr_shoestring.html. planisteersfreewedding.com. ptmoney.com. saveandconquer.com/?p=61. save-money-weddings.com. simpledbtfreeliving.com/low-budget-wedding.html. slclk. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com, wedding money wasters, save money on your wedding. smartbrideboutique.ca, wedding ads. stretcher.com. superweddings.com/moneyzobaingsecrets.html. thefrugallife.com/frugalwed.html. theknot.com. thesimpledollar.com. thriftyfun.com. usabride.com/wedplan/reception_savings.html. valuebridal.com/frugal-wedding.htm. vponsale.com, cheap wedding gowns. washingtonian.com/blogarticles/weddings. weddingchannel.com. wedding-channel.com/wedding-ideas/wedding-budget-planner/qa/are-there-ways-to-save-money-on-wedding.aspx. weddinggrants.com. wedding-guide.org. wedding-guide.org/photogarpa-save.asp, wedding photographer money saving tips. weddingplanning.com/tips/content/save-money.htm. weddingplanningbudgetguide.com. weddings. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/od/weddingplanningtools/tp/costcutters.htm. weddings.love-to-know.com/wiki/wedding_money_saving_ideas. wedfrugal.com. wikihow.com/save-money-on-your-wedding-ceremony-and-reception. yourweddingkit.com. Chapter 5. A Women's Money Website Guide. Women's Money Websites 1. Go to #332.02404 or HG179 at the library for books about women's finances. couplemoney.com. fabmktbabe.com. frugalmoms.com. savvywomeninvesting.com. goldengirlfinance.ca. womenswallstreet.com. singlemomfinancialhelp.com. womenswire.com/moneylegalmomentum.org, advancing women's rights. owl-national.org, Older Women's League. parentswithoutpartners.org. stepfam.org, Stepfamily Association of America. wiser.heinz.org, Women's Institute for a Secure Retirement. womenwork.org, the National Network for Women's Employment. legalmomentum.org, advancing women's rights. oprah.com/articles/money/parents-and-kids-frwc.org/surviving.htm, reducing family violence by helping women in transition learn to manage money. msfiscallyfit.com. dol.gov/ebss/publications/women.html. debtfree-women.com. msfiscallyfit.com/your_money/professional_woman/professional_woman.html. msfiscallyfit.com. articles.moneycentral.msn.com/college-and-family/money-in-your-20s. msmoney.com. awd.org. businessweek.com/magazine/toc/01_29/b3741 womenandmoney.htm. celc.edu/abstracts/c20031278.html. Women, Money, and Power, a Radcliffe Conference. chatelaine.com/yourmoney. chickslayingnesteggs.com, drloisfrankel.com, wife.org, fabmktbabe.com, free-money-grants.info/free-college-and-training-money-for-women.html, frugalmoms.com, gsinet.org/shared/wmtc/wmtc.htm, women and money taking charge, independentmeans.com, girls and money, ivillage.com, ivillage.com/money, ivillage.com/work, money.cnn.com/magazine/moneymag/marriage_money, money.guardian.co.uk/women-and-money, money.uk.msn.com/mymoney/women-and-money, moneycentral.com, moneycentral.msn.com/home.asp, moneyharmony.com, moneywisewomen.net, msmoney.com, organizedtimes.com, psychology.today.com/article/pto-1999001-00035.html, men, women, and money, radcliffe.edu/events/conferences/wmp/index.php, msnbc.msn.com/id/150173118, ruthhayden.com, terryzavage.com, tuliptreepress.com/women.htm, wife.org, women.com, women.com/money, womenmoney.com, women's money websites too, financial help for single mothers, financial assistance for single mothers.com, investopedia.com, financialdivorceplan.com, paveourway.com, feminineresilience.com, catalystatlarge.com, moneyfalel.com/daily-worth, thefinancialwhisperer.com, caimllc.com, independent, women-owned investment management firm, hellogoldbean.com, investing for beginners, creativemoney.biz, yourfranquisiswaiting.com, skillcrush.com, classes on digital job skills, fitbizloans.com, running-with-heels.com, meternist.com, limitfreelife.com, nishamoodali.com, women's leadership coach, readyforzero.com, debt and credit related tools and education, impactassets.org, thinkfinancially.com, inrouterwealth.com, theholisticwallet.com, movathicroad.me, pipelinefellowship.com, coachmarket.com, paladinregistry.com, eyeswideopenlife.com, new economy personal finance expert, financiallywisewomen.com, womensleafeens.com, Women's Life Insurance Society, womensmoney.com, womenswallstreet.com/topics/index.asp, womenswire.com/money, workinggirlsguides.com, ebook for sale, Prudential Securities, 800 The Rock, prudential.com, free book investment planning for women, family money websites, mymoney.gov, Financial Literacy and Education Commission, mymoney.gov/agency.shtml, US, Financial Literacy and Education Commission, dedicated to teaching the basics about financial education, ourfamilyplace.com, hints and tips for a rewarding family life, manageyourspending.com, manageyourspending.com, envelopes.com, online budgeting to help you get control of your finances, project-care.org, tackling marriage, parenthood, financial management, educational goals, and lives, legal-experts.net, legalexperts.net, affordable legal services and for no additional cost, consultations, letters and calls. acedbteliminator.com, financial and mortgage company specializing in debt consolidation loans. myvesta.org, a nonprofit financial crisis and treatment center. nccp.org, National Center for Children in Poverty, identifies and promotes strategies that prevent child poverty. acf.dhhs.gov/program/OFA, Office of Family Assistance, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Children and Families. ftc.gov, Federal Trade Commission, protecting America's consumers. Fighting back against identity theft. fdic.gov/consumer/ccc/index.html, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, credit repair, establishing credit, identity theft, your rights. myfdicinsurance.gov, the more you know, the safer your money. Make sure it's protected and insured. usdoj.gov, U.S. Department of Justice, investigate fraud, uphold disability rights. usdoj.gov/ust/bapcpa/ccde/cc_approved.htm, U.S. Trustee Program. annualcreditreport.com, annualcreditreport.com. cardcops.com, check your credit here. freecreditreport.com, freecreditreport.com, get your free credit report in seconds. learnaboutcredit.com. wamu.com, wamu.com, not like other banks. bankofamerica.com, Bank of America, helping to create opportunities. careonecredit.com, Care One Credit, credit counseling, debt relief services. nationwide.com, nationwide auto insurance. ditech.com, ditech.com, America's leader in home loans. efs-debtfree.com, elite financial services, debt settlement, pay off your credit. Love and money websites. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/for_love_or_money. allthingsfinancialblog.com. findarticles.com, should you hide money from your mate? bodogbeat.com. moneycentral.msn.com/content/college-and-family/love-and-money. togethelp.com/money.htm. altaruists.org/287, relationships suffer when people are too focused on money. amazon.com, book The Couple's Guide to Love. Money, New Harbinger. aviatorrecords.com/essay/17htm, love and money essay. bbc.co.uk/relationships/couples/grumbles_money. Financial plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com. Financial plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/cs/book/bookfamilycf. o.html, the family CFO. The couple's business plan for love and money. Follow yoursoul.blogspot.com/2005/03/money- and relationships. habitsforlife.com/lifestyle/money.shtml. lmjunkies.com. loveandmoneyblog.blogspot.com. lovemoneysex.com. lovepeoplenotmoney.com. milliondollarrelationships.com. milliondollarrelationships.com/reports.htm. moneyandrelationships.com. moneycentral.msn.com. moneyharmony.com. money-health-relationships.com. moneyworkbook.com. moneyworkbook.com/directory.htm. msucars.com, couples and money. myprimetime.com, advice for baby boomers. pinstripefinance.com. queendom.com/test/eminentist/fx/love_money.ht. M. Love and Money Test. Retire Plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/od/womensissues/index.htm. sacredheartspectrum.com/news/2005/04/07/persp. Ictives, relationships that money can't buy. shavi.com/wedding/love/infocus/040920- Money Management. thebitch.com.au/article/2004/07/30/109108044238. theprosperityfactor.com. wealthyrelationships.com. womantodaymagazine.com. yolandagaskins.com. A list of women's finance websites and blogs at blog.feedspot.com/mom_finance_and_money_saving_blogs. smartmoneymamas.com. blog.feedspot.com/budget_blogs. thebudgetmom.com. blog.feedspot.com/top-50-personal-finance-blogs-worth-reading. blog.feedspot.com/30_somethings_personal_finance_blogs. pennypinchinmom.com/blog. moneywisemoms.com. adimesaved.com. blog.feedspot.com/frugal_blogs. sensiblemama.com. couponsanfreebsmom.com. dealseekingmom.com. handfulofthoughts.com. happywhomblalehome.com/category/money. leveragedmama.com/blog. lifeandabudget.com. momsmakesense.com. moneybossmama.com. moneyzavangmom.com. richesingellymama.com/category/personal-finance-2. saving$&cents.com. singlemomsincome.com. wealthysingellymommy.com/category/career. A list of women's money YouTube channels at blog.feedspot.com/women_financial_YouTube_channels. youtube.com/channel/ucjtrlwgeodbhte_kt9pm9yw/videos. youtube.com/channel/ucsl8hgknhhjam7vtwwyd5q/videos. youtube.com/user/kbkwealthconnection/videos. youtube.com/channel/ucxxwwsmjc5kxbi0vhinotq/videos. youtube.com/channel/uc3.hco3zj1ypsjhuiauq/videos. youtube.com/user/womensemploymenttop/videos. youtube.com/channel/uct1nvd0c1ntp9zymlmhq07q/videos. youtube.com/channel/uc3b2wzhhaqsekv8fw10a/videos. youtube.com/channel/uc_cti1iysuccsz9_1xsoauq/videos. youtube.com/user/New York Women's Foundation/videos. youtube.com/channel/uct4neway8zr4hjmo_0e2yafw/videos. youtube.com/channel/uc4s9-c9ngretjgiaf-j_1lq/videos. youtube.com/user/savvyladies/videos. youtube.com/user/wbdc1/videos. youtube.com/channel/uczxruvlfq0rihvz6yn5wzq/videos. youtube.com/user/Brittany Castro/videos. youtube.com/channel/ucsbynpq2fhv9hj-q6mima pw/videos. youtube.com/channel/ucxbobdmdmhiwvtg9r05qfig/videos. youtube.com/channel/uc4apd1uias368g9yen4a1rq/videos. youtube.com/watch?v=cfkm6pm6hvi. youtube.com/watch?v=y764aeg youtube.com/watch?v=udjrj00abo. youtube.com/watch?v=tmamu New York CDM. youtube.com/watch?v=cwalgqs2s74. youtube.com/watch?v=q-gdryhx-cc. youtube.com/watch?v=_igxjslkbt4. youtube.com/watch?v=ubbkd8nqipw. youtube.com/watch?v=jrgzvzopic. youtube.com/watch?v=m504f9gym0i. Chapter 5. Financial Services Information. Why I'm against financial advisors, managers, and planners. The reason I'm against financial advisors is that money is not rocket science. It's not that hard to understand savings accounts, savings bonds, stock, funds, and other investments. Sometimes it's best not to invest your money. It's better to save it in a safe savings bond or account because a lot of investment vehicles lose a lot of money. When it comes to money, all of us are greedy to some extent and all of us get tempted if somebody gives us a big pile of money to manage. The field is rife with con artists and nickel and dimer churners, people who constantly buy and sell stocks with your money to earn commissions. The financial management industry has shrouded itself into the image that money is deep and complicated. People need a professional advisor who will help them get the most out of their money, but it's not true. It's an illusion. There are laws against insider trading, therefore no financial advisor knows anything more than you can easily learn on your own. If you want to invest in stocks, go to the library, get the most recent money magazines, make a list of the 20 best stocks they're recommending and pick from them. They act like they're there to help you, but they want to make money off you. That's the bottom line. What other profession is there where these guys get rewarded when they make you money using your money, not the your own? Then when they lose your money, they have no accountability whatsoever. It's a sucker business. I'm telling you not to hire them. Start up your own account at a discount brokerage like TD Ameritrade. This profession attracts con artists because it's all about other people's money and how easy it is to steal it, and if they get caught, most of them don't even go to jail. They pay it back and get probation. Don't trust anyone with your money but you. If you were smart enough to earn lots of money, why would you entrust it to someone you barely know? Like I said, money knowledge isn't very hard. You got this book and hundreds of books at number 332 at the library. If you're simple, just buy government savings bonds and keep some emergency money in a savings account. It's all about making commissions for them. Most don't care about you. They care about making money. I personally don't believe that anyone needs a planner because you should educate yourself. It's really very easy. Some people say that a good financial planner can make you lots of money. If they charge you a commission on what they sell you, the logic is that they'll sell you as much as they can to make money without regard for your true interests. For the record, there are 3 ways a financial planner can charge you for services. Percentage commission per trade. Every time the financial planner buys some investment product with your money, he takes a percentage cut of the cost for himself. This can easily lead to churning, making lots of trades to make money on commissions. Percentage of account value per year. He or she charges a percentage of how much money he or she are managing for you per year. Flat fee or hourly fee. You either pay an agreed on fee or pay by the hour. If you plan to use a financial planner, follow these rules. Financial planning is unregulated. Anybody can call themselves a financial planner. The licensing organizations for financial planners are voluntary. You can only join some if you have enough formal education and no criminal convictions for fraud. Ask what license they have, then check with either the state or national organization. A planner with a Series 7 license is authorized to deal with all types of investments. Anything less like a Series 6 means the guy doesn't have good qualifications. Even better are people with Series 8, 24, or 65 licenses. Make sure your advisor is covered by Securities Investor Protection Corporation insurance. This doesn't protect you from losses on your investments, but if the investment company goes bust, the money in your account is insured up to $500,000. The longer a planner has been in business, the more likely he's honest, but there are exceptions like Bernie Madoff, who strung people along for 25 years. The higher the minimum the advisor takes means he's arrogant enough to have a minimum, which is good for you because the con artists will take anyone's money. How many people close accounts with this guy every year? He couldn't be very good if people leave him. Has he ever had disciplinary action from the state and federal Securities Commission? How many complaints does he get in general? You might even be able to find this on bbb.org. Type his name in or the name of his company. Does he talk to you personally or pass you off to assistants? Ask him if he's hourly fee only or does he charge a commission too. Commissions are the worst, especially if he gets a lump sum commission as soon as he gets your money. Your best bets are a fee-only advisor or an advisor who charges a set annual percentage fee based on the size of your account with him, so his fee is fixed, not dependent on commissions. There are a lot of pseudo-advisors at banks, insurance companies, and accounting companies, but most of these people don't have advisor licenses. The most qualified advisors are the ones running their own financial management business. The golden rule is to use a financial planner who charges only a flat, annual asset management fee and offers advice only, not selling anything that he has a vested interest in or not getting a commission for all transactions he makes. The trick is to find a good one. Virtually anyone can take the title of consultant and go into business. If a consultant takes a percentage commission out of how much of your money he invests upfront, he's at least part scam. Offer him a percentage of your investment gains instead and see what he says. If you do decide to hire a planner, make sure he's good up front. He may be certified, licensed by the state and chartered, but being the untrusting, independent soul that I have become from experience, I say get up off your butt, learn, go to the library and just read through some of the investment magazines and books, number 332, then make your own decisions. Don't be intimidated by their jargon. It's all very basic once you understand the fundamentals. Don't use lawyers, tax preparers, or insurance agents to give you investment advice. Use your own head. Financial planners can wipe you out quickly. Invest your money yourself after you educate yourself. A client's Bill of Rights. Amendment 1. I have the right to deal with someone I can trust. Amendment 2. I have the right to deal with someone who has a special area of expertise or unique capability not found in other people. Amendment 3. I have the right to deal with someone who listens to me and takes an interest in my needs and concerns. Amendment 4. I have the right to deal with someone who not only critically evaluates a variety of investment and insurance products, but also offers them with an eye towards appropriateness and suitability. Amendment 5. I have the right to expect performance. This means not only from the investment and insurance products we select, but also from performance in enhancing my overall financial well-being. Amendment 6. I have the right to deal with someone who instills in me the feeling that my money is being treated as though it were their own. Amendment 7. I have the right to deal with someone who prioritizes my short and long-term goals and develops a plan so I can achieve them in the most efficient manner. Amendment 8. I have the right to deal with someone who delivers information to me at a level which I can understand. Amendment 9. I have the right to deal with someone who is committed to working with me over a long period of time. Amendment 10. I have the right to deal with someone who, by virtue of education, experience, technical competence, and adherence to ethical practices, is recognized as a top professional in their field. Financial services organizations/money organizations. The following are professional organizations for financial planning through which you can either go to for information about 1. Financial education to train for one of these careers. 2. Contact them for a referral to a financial planner. 3. Businesses can use them to manage their money and look for financing. McGlaudre.com, Tips on Hiring a Financial Planner. Refer to the book Emerson's Directory of Leading U.S. Accounting Firms. Respond.com/financial-planners/find.html. Abdi.org, American Association of Bank Directors. AADMM.org, Daily Money Managers. AAMGA.org, American Association of Managing General Agents. ABA.com, American Bankers Association. ACATcredentials.org, 888-289-2228, Accredited Tax Advisors. acbankers.org, America's Community Bankers. Accountants.org, International Affiliation of Accounting Firms. Accounting.rutgers.edu, American Accounting Association. Accountingmarketing.org, Association for Accounting Marketing. ACLI.com, American Council of Life Insurers. Actuary.org, American Academy of Actuaries. AdvisorImpact.com. AFAJOF.org, American Finance Association. AFPOnline.org, Association for Financial Professionals. AGACGFM.org, Association of Government Accountants. AGACGFM.org, Government Accountants. agsm.ucla.edu/dir, Directory of Finance and Economics Professionals. AICPA.org, 800-862-4272, 888-777-7077, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. AICPA.org/interest-areas/Young CPA Network/pages/Young CPA Network.aspx, Young CPA Network. AICPCU.org, 800-644-2101, Chartered Property Casualty Underwriters. AIMR.org, 800-789-2467, Association for Investment Management and Research. AIMR.org/publications/FAJ, Financial Analysts. AMERCAL.edu, Chartered Financial Consultant Education. APCIMS.org, Association of Private Client Managers and Stockbrokers. ASWA.org, American Society of Women Accountants. AWSCPA.org, American Women's Society of Certified Public Accountants. BAI.org, Bank Administration Institute, by BenefitsLink.com. CAFP.org, ADVOCs.ca, Financial Planners, Canada. CBA.ca, Canadian Bankers Association. CBANET.org, Consumer Bankers Association. CCIM.com, Certified Commercial Investment Member. CAGWorldwide.com. Censura.com. CFA.com, Commercial Finance Association for Finance Companies. CFAInstitute.org, Association for Investment Management and Research. CFAInstitute.org, Association for Investment Management and Research. CFAInstitute.org, Chartered Financial Analyst. CFENet.com, Certified Fraud Examiners. CFP.net, College for Financial Planning. CFP-dashboard.org, 888th Mark, Certified Financial Planners. ComEquity.com, List of Advisors. CPAadmin.org, Association for Accounting Administration. CPAdirectory.com. CPAPFS.org, 888-777-7077, Personal Financial Specialist, Institute of CPAs. CPCUSociety.org, Chartered Property Casualty Underwriters Association. CUNA.org, Credit Union National Association. DalBarCanada.com, Course. DavidMaester.com. FEI.org, Financial Executives Institute. FinanceCenterInc.com. Financial Services Resources. FinancialAnalyst.org. FinancialEngines.com. FinancialExecutives.org, Financial Executives Institute. FinancialPro.org, 610-526-2500, American Society of Certified Life Underwriters and Chartered Financial Consultants. FinancialSecurity.com. FinesVP.com, List of Advisors. FMA.org, Financial Management Association. ForanFinancial.com, Course. FP.edu, 800-237-1200, College for Financial Planning. FPA.org, Financial Planning Association. FPANET.org, fpanet.org/plannerserch, 800-282 Plan, Financial Planning Association. FPlanAuditors.com. FPOnline.com, Financial Planning Magazine. GARP.org, Global Association of Risk Professionals. GBCIAFP.org, Boston Area Financial Planning. Horsesmouth.com. IAFP.org, 888-806 Plan, International Association for Financial Planning. IASA.org, Insurance Accounting and Systems Association. ICAA.org, Investment Council Association of America. ICBA.org, Independent Community Bankers of America. ICFP.org, Institute of Certified Financial Planners. IFAC.org, International Federation of Accountants. IIB.org, Institute of International Bankers. IMANA.org, Institute of Management Accountants. IMANA.org, Management Accountants. Institutedfa.com, 800-875-1760, Institute for Divorce Financial Analysts. InternationalInsuranceProfessionals.org, National Association of Insurance Women. JohnDeGoey.com. MarketWeb.com, List of Advisors. MBA.org, Mortgage Bankers Association of America. Mentis.com, evaluates info within the financial services sector. MoneyAdvisor.com. MoneyCentral.com, list of financial advisors. MoneyConcepts.com, list of advisors. MoneyManagement.org. MoneyTree.com, Software.napc.org, Association of Estate Planners and Counsels. Moodis.com, 800-342-5647, Moody's Bank and Financial Manual. NABINC.org, National Association of Black Accountants. NABE.com, Business Economists. NACM.org, National Association of Credit Management. NACM.org, National Association of Credit Management. NAIA.org, 800-424-4339, Association of Enrolled Agents, Deal with Income Taxes. NAIFA.org, National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. NAMIC.org, National Association of Mutual Insurance Companies. NAPFA.org, National Association of Personal Financial Advisors. NAREP.com, National Association of Independent Real Estate Brokers. NASBIC.org, National Association of Small Business Investment Companies. NASDR.com, 800-289-9999, National Association of Securities Dealers, check to see if a broker was ever disciplined. NatPtax.com, National Association of Tax Professionals. NetLedger.com. NFSN.com, Financial Services Network. NICE.mh.edu, National Institute for Consumer Education. nsacct.org, National Society of Accountants. nsacct.org, National Society of Accountants. nvca.org, National Venture Capital Association. nisa.org, the New York Society of Security Analysts. onmoney.com. pcia.net, Property Casualty Insurers Association. pima-association.org, Professional Insurance Marketing Association. quicken.com/retirement. sia.com, Securities Industry Association. smartmoney.com/ac/retirement. soa.org, Society of Actuaries. strategyinstitute.com. thefeng.org, Financial Executives Networking Group. theiia.org, Institute of Internal Auditors. theiimc.org, 800-449-4462, Certified Investment Management Consultant. theinstitute.com, Institute of Financial Education. timeounkin.com. truehelpfinancial.com/brokers. undiscoveredmanagers.com. vanguard.com. ventureforums.org, National Association of Venture Forums. yahoo.com/business_economy/companies/financial_services. National Association of Personal Financial Advisors. 3250 North Arlington Heights Road. Number 109. Arlington Heights, Illinois 60004. 800-366-2732. napfa.org. Questions to ask a financial planner and a Find a Planner service. Advisor link. 800-348-3601. Referrals to money managers. Accounting Office Management and Administration Magazine. 29 West 35th Street. 5th FL. NYC 10001. 212-244-0360. American Accounting Association. 5717 Bessie Drive. Sarasota, Florida 34233. 941-921-7747. AAA-edu.org. American Bankers Association. 1121 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-663-5000. ABA.org. American Finance Association. 100 Trinity Place. NYC 10006. 212-285-8915. 212-998-0370. offajof.org. American Financial Services Association. 4th floor. 1111 14th Street Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20005. 800-727-7389. 202-289-0401. 202-296-5544. afsaonline.org. Organization of Lenders, provides information to consumers on money management. American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. American Institute of Personal Financial Advisors. Harborside Financial Center. 201 Plaza 3. Jersey City, New Jersey 07311-3881. 800-862-4272. 888-999-9256. 888-777-7077. 201-938-3175. Fax, 201-938-3367. educat@aicpa.org. aicpa.org. cpapfs.org. American Society of Chartered Life Underwriters and Chartered Financial Consultant Designations. 270 South Bryn Mawr Avenue. Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania 19010. 800-392 6900. Association for Investment Management and Research. 800-247-8132. AIMR.com. Bank Administration Institute. 1 North Franklin, Rolling Meadows, Illinois 60606. 312-553-4610. Canadian Association of Financial Planners. 60 St. Clair Ave. Number 510. Toronto, on M4T1N5. 800-346-2237. CAFP.org. advocs.ca. Certified Board of Financial Planners. 1660 Lincoln Street. Number 3050. Denver, Colorado 80264. 303-830-7543. Certified Financial Planner. Board of Standards. 888-237-6275. Background checks on certified financial planners. CFA Institute, Chartered Financial Analyst. 560 Racy Hunt Dr. Charlottesville, Virginia 22903. CFAinstitute.org. College for Financial Planning. 4695 South Monaco Street. Denver, Colorado 80237. 800-553-5343. Course for Aspiring Financial Planners, free booklet. Credit Union Executive Society. 6411 Enterprise Lane. Number 300. Madison, Wisconsin 53714-0167. 608-271-2664. Financial Advisor Newsletter. Harcourt Brace. 6277 Sea Harbor, Dr. Orlando, Florida 32887-4600. 800-831-7799. hbpp.com. Financial Executives Institute. 10 Madison Avenue, Morristown, New Jersey 07962. 201-898-4600. Fax, 201-898-4649. The Financial Executives Networking Group. 203-227-8965. TheFeng.com. Financial Managers Society. 111 South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois 60601. 312-938-2576. Financial Planning Association. 1615 L St. N.W. Number 650. Washington, D.C. 20036. 800-282-7526. fpanet.org. Financial Women International. 1027 West Roselawn Avenue, Roseville, Minnesota 55113. 651-487-7632. fwi.org. Financial Women's Association of New York. 212-533-2141. fwa.org. Healthcare Financial Management Association. Number 511. 1911 Spring RD. Oak Brook, Illinois 61521. 312-531-9600. Independent Accountants International. 9200 South Dateland Boulevard. Number 510. Miami, Florida 33156. 305-670-0580. Institute for Investment Management Consultants. 602-265-6114. Institute of Certified Financial Planners. Number 301. 7600 East Eastman Avenue, Denver, Colorado 80231. 303-751-7600. 800-282-7526. ICFP.org. provides a free list of certified financial planners in your area. Institute of Certified Management Accountants. 10 Paragon Drive, Montvale, New Jersey 07645. 201-573-6300. Institute of Chartered Financial Analysts. POB 3668. Charlottesville, Virginia 22908. 804-977-6600. Fax 804-977-1103. Institute of Financial Education. 111 East Wacker Drive, 9th floor, Chicago, Illinois 60601-4680. 312-946-8800. Institute of Management Accountants. 10 Paragon Drive, Montvale, New Jersey 07645. 201-573-9000. International Association for Financial Planning, IAFP. 5775 Peachtree Dunwoody Road, NA. Atlanta, Georgia 30342. 800-241-2148. 800-945-4237. 888-806 Plan. Fax on demand, 888 IAFP Fax. IAFP.org. Free booklet Building a Capital Base also will provide you with the names of local certified financial planners. International Association of Registered Financial Consultants. 307 East Texas Avenue, El Paso, Texas 79901. 800-749-7947. 800-532-9060. Top of the line planners. International Association of Registered Financial Planners. The Financial Planning Building. POB 42506. Middletown, Ohio 45042. IARFP.org. International Credit Association. POB 419057. St. Louis, Missouri 63141. 314-991-3030. ICA-credit.org. Investment Council Association of America. 202-293-4222. ICA.org. Investment Management Consultants Association. 9101 East Kenyon Avenue, number 3000. Denver, Colorado 80237. 303-770-3377. National Association of Accountants. 10 Paragon Drive, Montvale, New Jersey 07645. 201-573-9000. National Association of Corporate Treasurers. 703-437-4377. NACT.org. National Association of Credit Management. 410-740-5560. NACM.org. National Association of Investors Corp. 711 W13 Mile Road, Madison Heights, Me 48071. 248-583-6242. Lots of publications, etc. National Association of Securities Dealers. 800-289-9999. NASDR.com. Free Disciplinary Report on Licensed Investment Brokers. National Center for Financial Education. 2512 Horton Street, South Dakota, California 92101. 619-232-8811. NCFE.org. National Corporate Cash Management Association. 7315 Wisconsin Avenue, number 1250 W. Bethesda, MD 20814. 301-907-2862. National Endowment for Financial Education. 4695 South Monaco Street, Denver, Colorado 80237. 303-220-1200. National Financial Fraud Exchange, Reston, VA. 800-822-0416. They'll check up on an advisor for you for a fee of about $50 from their database. They don't cover insurance agents. Pensions and Investments Magazine, Crane.com, 965 East Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, Michigan 48207. 800-992-9970. Registered Representative Magazine, Plaza.com, 18818 Teller Avenue, number 280, Irvine, California 92616. 714-851-2220. Securities Industry Association, 120 Broadway, NYC 10271. 212-608-1500. SIA.com. Securities Industry Association, 1255 23rd Street Northwest, number 850. Washington, D.C. 20037. 202-466-7420. SIA.com. Security Traders Association, 212-867-7002. SecurityTraders.org. Society of Financial Service Professionals, 888-777-7077. Mostly insurance agents but prepare financial plans too. Trusts and Estates Magazine, Intertech Pub, 6151 Powers Ferry Road, NW, Atlanta, Georgia 30339. 770-618-0211. Intertech.com. Financial advisor/financial services list websites. Some common financial advisor professions are as follows: CA, Chartered Accountant; CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst; CFP, Certified Financial Planner; Counsel CFP, Chartered Financial Planner; CGA, Certified General Accountant; CHFC, Chartered Financial Consultant; CIM, Certified Investment Manager; CLU, Chartered Life Underwriter; CPA, Chartered Public Accountant; PFP, Personal Financial Planner or Professional Financial Planner; RFP, Registered Financial Planner; SFC, Specialist in Financial Counseling; FinanceAFPOnline.org, Association for Financial Professionals; AIMR.org, CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst; Institute; FMA.org, Financial Management Association; FPANET.org, Financial Planning Association; FWA.org, Financial Women's Association; NASD.com, National Association of Securities Dealers, NASD; SIA.com, Securities Industry Association; WOWS.db.com, Women on Wall Street; Financial-Advisors.Respond.com; Financial-Advisor.com, Global Directory of Specialist Financial Advisors; Business.com/directory/financial_services; FinancialAdvisorExpo.com. Financial Plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/library, advisornow.com, fopages.com, dmoz-odp.org/business/financial_services/financial_planning, broker-referral.com, nelnet.com/catalog/dim, Nelson's Directory of Investment Managers, stockbrokers.com, stockbrokers and other financial professionals by name, deadwebsite.com/business_and_economy/shopping, _and_services/financial_services. Money Dead website /cons report /smart shopping /perso. NAL_finance. Yahoo.com /business_and_economy/companies/financial_services. Money.cnn.com. business.com/directory/financial_services. Financial-planning.com. wiseradvisor.com. financial-advisors.respond.com. finance.yahoo.com/expert. Financial services websites /financial planning websites. sec.gov. Investing information and the ability to research a financial planner, advisor, or broker's background and registration. marketinglibrary.net, online review system for financial advisors. portfoliocorner.com, how to select financial advisors, articles about financial planning. amercal.edu, financial planners. cfp-board.org. cfp-board.org/cons_main.html, tips on finding a CFP. insurance-finance.com. financial-planning.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/financial_planner. blue-collar-financial-planning.com. rbcfinancialplanning.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/financial_plan. execuzite.com/applied financial, applied financial planning, provides tax planning, preparation, and financial planning. tdwaterhouse.ca/products-investing/financial-planning/index.jsp. Financial plan. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com. appliedfinancialplanning.com. learnfinancialplanning.com. salmissily.com, offering financial planning and investment management services. centerfinplan.com, Center for Financial Planning. simple-financial-planning.com. simple-financial-planning.com/financial-planning-advice.html. simple-financial-planning.com/financial-planning-for-women.html. financialplanningcoalition.com, Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards. financialplanningtips.net. wildsfinancialplanning.com. financial-planning.ameriprise.com/financial-planning-guide. financial-planning.ameriprise.com/financial-planning-services. ameriprise.com/financial-products/financial-planning-basics. cfp.net, Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards Inc. National Association of Personal Financial Advisors. 888-333-6659. napfa.org. Financial Planning Association. 800-282-7526. fpanet.org. acainternational.org, Association of Credit and Collection Professionals. gfoa.org, Government Finance Officers Association. iaap-hq.org, International Association of Administrative Professionals. nafoa.org, Native American Finance Officers Association. ubs.com, UBS. garrettplanning.com. windowsfs.com, the magazine for Microsoft technologies in financial services. financialfreedom.com, financial services. freedom55financial.com/careers/English, a division of London Life. freedomfinancialnetwork.com, consumer finance services through 4 divisions, bills.com, Freedom Debt Relief, Freedom Tax Relief and Golden Road Financial. ffafaenly.com, Financial Freedom Associates, a fee-only financial planning firm specializing in socially responsible investing and living, Tucson, AZ. fsainvestments.com. freedom55financial.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/financial_services. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/financial_services_forum. firstfinancialsecurity.com. creativeassetmanagement.com. edwardjones.com. fsa.com, Financial Security Assurance Inc. gofsg.com, Wealth Management Services. prudential.com. b2bpage.net. rjpile.com. businesssavvy.com, Chicago, 877-408-0400. vanguard.com. jigsaw.com/intermark-financial-planning. johnhancock.com. kasamba.com. aimsfinancial.com, 800-851-8538. acaciagroup.com. acecashexpressinc.com, 800-713-3338, Financial Services. acfinance.com. advest.com. expert.com. agftrust.com. agnfin.com. alleghenyfinancial.com. alliancefinancial.com, Flat Fee Asset Management. americanexpress.com, aexp.com. ameritradeholding.com, ameritrade.com, 800-237-8692. amex.com, American Stock Exchange. amph.com, American Physicians Service Group. ampelicon.com. associatedfinancial.com. astoriafederal.com. bbnt.com. bcigroup.com. bcmoney.com. bearstearns.com. bowc.com. btfinancial.com. cabatem.com. cantor.com. capgroup.com. capitalfl.com. capitalone.com. cashplusinc.com, 888-707-2274, Alternative to Banking. cboe.com, Chicago Board Options Exchange. cbot.com, Chicago Board of Trade. centex.com. cfchomeloan.com, Commonwealth Financial Corp. chasecapital.com. chicagostockx.com, Chicago Stock Exchange. chryslerfinancial.com. citigroup.com. cjmplanning.com. cme.com, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. company-profile.com. concordinvestment.com, Chicago. conseco.com. consumerportfolio.com. copper-mt.com. cortex-consulting.com. corumgroup.com. countrywide.com. cpadirectory.com. cpcup.org. cratv.com, 888-677-4272. cruiseassociation.com. csa.stiefel.com. cunamutual.com. cundil.com. cwhenderson.com, Municipal Securities Investing. danerauscher.com. data-links.com. dcaglobal.com. dlj.com. dreyfus.com. dvifs.com, makes loans mostly to medical companies. dinexcorp.com, currency manager. edwardjones.com. fmoody.com. equifax.com. ernst-co.com. exchanging.com. fanniemae.com. fidelity.com. financecenter.com. financialfederal.com. firstadvisors.com. firstofmichigan.com. firstunion.com. firstunionsec.com. firstusa.com. fleet.com, credit card services. fortitude.com. founders.com. franklintempleton.com. freddiemac.com. fr-financial.com. ftci.com, ftucorpcom.com, fxcinv.com, gartfinl.com, gathexcap.com, ge.com, GE Capital, genamerica.com, gibraltarzcurethes.com, guilfordsecurities.com, glhec.org, 800-274-4611, globalmarkets.com, grai.com, greatcompanies.com, growth.com, gs.com, Goldman Sachs, hawthornecorp.com, heffron.com, heathurman.com, hillenbrand.com, household.com, hyattca.com, iaac.com, iasg.com, iaexchange.com, ibp.com/pit/allegiance, Pittsburgh, icii.com, Imperial Credit Industries, iisbonds.com, Inter-Pacific Investors Services, impactcapital.com, indocar.com, ioma.com/ioma/dcpi, isi-ltd.com, isnetwork.com, itex.com, iunits.com, yaai.com, Jordan American Holdings, jannies.com, 800 Jannies, janus.com, jcbradford.com, jefco.com, jhancock.com, jklasser.com, tax and finance books, jpmorgan.com, jurica.com, jwkorth.com, kcmadvisors.com, kensingtonmanagement.com, key.com, covey.com, kimballcross.com, komatsuamerica.com, legmason.com, lehman.com, lfaonline.com, lfb.com, lgsia.com, lib.com, libertyfunds.com, littleafrica.com/Shelton Traders, loomisales.com, lutheranbro.com, Lutheran Brotherhood Financial Co., maa.com, Ohio, mbna.com, 800-441-7048, mcglaudre.com, mellon.com, mfs.com, mhmeyerson.com, 800-888-8118, mindspring.com/Rex Macy, metrust.com, ml.com, Merrill Lynch, Money Mindscom, moneymanagement.com, moneymap.com, montgomery.com, mscapital.com, msdw.com, Morgan, Stanley, Dean, Witter, nacm.com, nassau.com, nationalsecurities.com, northernlifetsa.com, 800-426-7050, nrucfc.org, National Rural Utilities Cooperative Finance Corporation, nvrinc.com, Mortgage Co., nyse.com, New York Stock Exchange, oldkent.com, orendacf.com, pacificlife.com, painweber.com, paradigmtraining.com, paragonpartners.com, pattersonassociates.com, paden.com, pcentury.com, pmco.com, 800-552-7430, pfm.com, Public Financial Management, pioneerfunds.com, planfirst.com, playfair-associates.com, pnc.com, pncmortgage.com, polynews.com, presspurich.com, principal.com, privateinvestments.com, Gold Advice, provideon.com, prudential.com, pruzec.com, Prudential, Brokerage, ptihedge.com, putnaminv.com, quantchrg.com, quicken.com, quorum-group.com, remingtonnight.com, rfc.com, rjforbes.com, robpeck.com, rockland-trust.com, Massachusetts, roni.com, russell.com, rwbaird.com, 800-792-2473, safeco.com, salliemay.com, salomonsmithbarney.com, schwab.com, scottstrayingfellow.com, securitytrust.com, seic.com, 800-610-1114, seligman.com, seninvest.com, sgcowan.com, shareholdervalue.com, sherd-david.com, smartportfolio.com, southtrust.com, Alabama, southwestccurethes.com, sovereignbank.com, Pennsylvania, statistreet.com, steinrow.com, stevens.com, stefel.com, strategicfunding.com, Detroit, streettracks.com, strongfunds.com, summitbank.com, New Jersey, sunamerica.com, sunamerica-securities.com, suntrust.com, Atlanta, sutro.com, synovus.com, tomasset.com, tanaka.com, taylor-invest.com, tfwhite.com, theassociates.com, totalsystem.com, transamerica.com, tooltt.com, currency markets, turner-invest.com, 2rtletrader.com, uam.com, United Asset Management, unitrin.com, usaa.com, financial services to the U.S. Armed Forces, usinvest.com, for foreigners to trade American stocks, ussecurities.com, ustrust.com, vanguard.com, addell.com, wealth-group.com, wedbush.com, westernfed.com, westernsuredi.com, wfai.com, witcapital.com, worldcollc.com, wpam.com, wsaccess.com, fee-based financial advisors/no commissions financial advisors. There is a type of account called a wrap account offered by the major brokerages where you get a broker and a money manager to give you advice for a flat fee of about 3%. Smith Barney, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley Dean and Fidelity offer them. fpanet.org, napfa.org, 888 fee only, personal financial advisors. Money Minds. 800-275-2272. Advice for a fee per minute or hour. National Association of Personal Financial Advisors. 3250 North Arlington Heights Road. Number 109. Arlington Heights, Illinois 60004. 800-366-2732. 888 fee only. 800-333-6659. napfa.org. Call for a free list of advisors. The advantage here is that they charge a flat fee, not commission. Investment firms info. One step away from commercial banks are investment brokerage firms which deal mostly with stocks, bonds, commodities, and mutual funds, although increasingly, they're competing with commercial banks by offering cash management accounts which enable the customer to invest in their securities and have regular checking abilities as well as an ATM card. They advise clients, sell securities, and will and deal for themselves a lot insider trading. There are many different types of jobs in this area of finance, ranging from research to trading in the bullpen on an exchange. They usually want a business degree to get you in the door. They may start you off as a stockbroker where you try to go out and sell stocks to people. You can find the addresses of these companies in Polk's Bank Directory and the financial section of directories like Moody's and Standard & Poor's Directory of Corporations. The AT&T toll-free phone book lists hundreds of them. Sometimes the money magazines publish lists of some of these companies. Some money magazines are Accounting News, American Banker, Barron's, Business Week, Forbes, Fortune, New York Times, Wall Street Journal and Investors Business Daily. Look them up in the periodical directory at the library. There are also a lot of discount brokerage firms springing up. Some investment brokerages are as follows. J.C. Bradford, 170 4th Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee 37219, 615-748-9000. Brown Brothers Harriman, 559 Wall Street, NYC 100,055, 212-483-1818. First Boston Corp., Park Ave Plaza, NYC 10,055, 212-909-2000. First Jersey Securities, 50 Broadway, NYC 10004, 212-269-5500. Goldman Sachs, 85 Broad, NYC 10004, 212-902-1000. E.F. Hutton, 1 Battery Park Plaza, NYC 10004, 212-742-5000. Kidder Peabody, 10 Hanover Square, NYC 10005, 212-747-2000. Lehman Brothers, 55 Water Street, NYC 10041, 212-558-1500. Merrill Lynch, 1 Liberty Plaza, NYC 10080, 212-637-7455. Morgan Stanley, 1251 Avenue of the Americas, NYC 10020, 212-974-4000. O'Connor Partnerships, 141 West Jackson Boulevard, number 3140, Chicago, Illinois 60604, 312-322-9525. Payne Weber, 140 Broadway, NYC 10005, 212-437-2121. Salomon Brothers, 1 New York Plaza, NYC 10004, 212-747-7000. Software for financial professionals. Americasoft.com, anti-money laundering and transaction trend monitoring software financial organizations. Antimonylaundering.net. Money-software.com, financial planning software for the professional advisor. Finance professional background check. Ask him or her what professional organizations they belong to, then go to those websites, look them up and see if there are complaints against them. Do a background check on a financial advisor. finra.org/investorinformation/investor protection/check the background of your investment professional/nationalverification.com/consumers. Ethicscheck.com. sec.gov. Background check websites. If you read any of my books, you know how cynical I am in business and in love. I believe pretty well anybody can put on a nice face, but who are they really underneath the phony charm? Ask these places for public records checks, which should include criminal, marital, and divorce records. You can also use them to locate your own marriage or divorce records and get a copy. Search cstems.net, free links to public records databases. net-investigator.org. hire-safe.com, background checks, drug testing, and integrity assessment profiles. 1800ussearch.com. aaronspy.com/background-check.htm. About-background-check.com. unique-background-checks.com. affiliates-ucces.net. background-zarcher.com. checkthatbackground.com. cinnamond-global.com, global background checks. civil-files.com. courtrecords.org. criminalrecordsite.com. datesanlove.com. detectivetoday.com. fdle.state.fl.us/criminal history, 850-410-8572. identi-check.com/services.asp. criminalwatchdog.com. intellius.com. noex.com. lost-ilk.org/lcriminalrecords.pdf. netdetective.com. official-certificates.co.uk. peoplesyarch.com. personbackgroundcheck.com/site2/criminal-record. pfcinformation.com, 212-580-7077, background checks. public-records-now.com. records.com. records-search.net. references-etc.com. rmvrecords.org, driving records. safespy.net. search-detective.net. searchforanyone.org. thecriminalrecordcenter.com. ussearch.com. webdetective.com. whitepages.com. yellowbook.com.